Okay, well, today is my second attempt at streaming. This should be fun. I'm just setting a few things up and I should be ready momentarily. Okay. I think we can skip the cinematic this time. At least this one. Okay. Shoot, I'm doing something silly and I'm not doing it right. So, just a moment. All right. Okay. Well, hello. Thank you for your patience. I'm just figuring this damn thing out. Well, I had the ability to keep an eye on that. Maybe I can't this time. Isn't that the way of it? Here we are. Okay. So I've got myself squared away. I'm going to continue with Neverwinter Nights. I don't know if you were here last time, but our poor pantsless paladin had quite a rough time in school. Not a lot of people survived. It's a very small graduating class, and the underclassmen and professors, well, it's a shame. What can you do? So now we are going to hop in at the end of the prelude so that, there we are, so that you can see the opening cinematic for Chapter 1. I am, of course, well, in injured condition, but still didn't skip leg day. Very encumbered. Not great. Hopefully I can get rid of some of this stuff pretty soon. I did want to see if I could figure out what this thing is, though. Oh, well, those look quite nice. And to think, I haven't even made a dirty joke about discipline yet today. So here we go. He is a follower of Ilmater, after all. There we go. Okay. So here we go. The encumbered walk is so very sad. I think it's working. Goodness.
In one brutal attack, the promise of those at the academy had been all but snuffed out. Hope disappeared with the Waterdavian creatures, and the weight of the terrible sickness pressed down on the city once more.
I am sorry for the static. I tried to get rid of that.
The whispered rumors enemies seeking to destroy Neverwinter from within had proved true, though the identity of those responsible for the slaughter was as yet unknown. Still, a flicker of hope yet remained, for not all had died in the attack. From the bloody carnage at the Academy, a survivor had stepped forward, a champion to carry the torch in this darkest hour.
Okay, well, we are now officially in Chapter 1. You'll notice the game has autosaved for me, which is quite nice of it. It wouldn't surprise me to have forgotten. We have a map. We have Deshther and Fenthic over here, some other person over here, so plenty of people to talk to. And let's see what my journal says. The Wailing and the Water Davians. Day 5, Month 6, 1372. As the wailing death spread across Neverwinter, it was soon apparent that it was not a natural affliction. It couldn't be cured by normal means, and the holiest of clerics found their divine healing useless. To fortify the city and aid in investigating the plague, Lady Arabeth de Tilmerand called for all adventurers of promise to attend the Neverwinter Academy, and also sought help from some of the greatest wizards in the realms, including the great Archmage of Waterdeep, Kelvin Blackstaff Aronson. Aronson sent a collection of magical creatures to the city, with instructions on how they might be used as reagents in a potential cure. The beasts were stored at the academy, and with the most promising recruits graduating, the site became too tempting a target for Neverwinter's unseen enemy. In the ensuing attack, all but a handful of students were killed, and the Water Davian creatures fled into the night. Fenthic, Desthir, and especially Lady Arabeth should be sought out. They will know what course of action should be taken in this troubling time. Okay. That, I think, is there primarily for the folks who skip the prelude. Not sure I can blame you. But I thought the prelude was pretty fun. It's always nice to get a dose of normality before everything goes to hell. So let's talk to these guys. Here's Fenthic.
You were quick to answer the summons. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to the halls of justice.
Right.
This is a mistake, Fenthic. We know nothing about this whelp. How can you so blindly trust them?
Welp. Deshther, please. Stephen showed great promise throughout his training at the academy, and has done even more in the weeks since the attack. Rarely has a recruit shown such potential after so short a training period. Also, look at those thighs. If we are to have any hope of finding a cure for the wailing death, we need people like him in the service of Neverwinter. Alright, so we have the usual 3 options. I am honored to serve Neverwinter. I'll only serve if I'm well paid, and it seems I've been drafted into this. Why should I care about this? Again, new lawful good paladin type. There's only one option that fits. I am honored to serve Neverwinter, Fenthic. And I still say we should put our faith in my Helmite brethren, rather than an unproven boy. Yeah, because you're doing so well with that so far. Arabeth holds him in highest regard, Desthir, and Lord Nasher placed her in charge, not you. Fenthic might have balls after all. I commend you. Please, Stephen, you must forgive Desthir. Maybe not. The plague takes a heavy toll on us all, a toll made even greater in the past weeks by the attack on the Academy and the loss of the cure. Alright, so I can threaten Desthir, which is tempting. I can stand up for myself, or I can go the lawful good route. Well, I suppose there's no reason lawful good needs to be a pushover, but it is a stressful time, so I understand, Fenthic. These are troubled times. You speak more truth than you know. Within the academy walls, the true horror of the Wailing Death has yet to be felt. The quarantine of Neverwinter has done little to halt the spread of the Wailing Death. Bonfires burn night and day as the city watch dispose of the dead, yet the corpses are piled ever higher. It is all we can do to contain the chaos and maintain order within the various city districts. Rumors run rampant, and the citizens are on the verge of panic. Okay, so rumors? Because the plague cannot be cured by the priests or clerics of the city, some claim it is an unnatural thing sent by an unknown enemy, bent on destroying Neverwinter. Again, not a lot of new information here, but I think they're assuming some folks haven't played the prelude. The attack on the Academy in these past weeks will only make things worse, Fenthic. Once people learn how Erebeth lost the cure through her lack of faith. I don't think faith was really part of it. I think storing the cure in a freaking school as opposed to like a heavily guarded vault or something was the issue. That's just standard dumbness. Desther, I will not have you question the faith of my true love. Erebeth believed the Academy to be a safe haven. Anyway, it is not our place to even discuss such things. My Lady Erebeth is in charge, appointed by Lord Nasher himself to stop the Wailing Death. You must talk to her as soon as possible. All right. I would like to ask him some questions. It is important that you speak with Erebeth soon, but I will not refuse your request. Ask your questions. Okay. So I wonder what's changed in the week since I talked to him last time. I will answer them as best I may, though there are many things only Erebeth has the authority to discuss. Okay. Lots of moaning in the background. And yep, we're in the darker part of the game now. What do you know about the attack on the Academy? We learned very little in the week after the attack occurred. You were one of the few who survived. The instructors were slaughtered, and only a handful of the students are left. You must uphold the legacy of the Academy, but I know you will be equal to the task. Rarely has a recruit shown as much promise as you. There's little else I can tell you about the attack, I fear. We have yet to uncover the identity of the mysterious assailants. Perhaps Erebeth can tell you more. Is there anything else you need? Apparently rest. Apparently my character did not sleep at all during the week between the attack and now. Or used a lot of Smite Evo. Okay. Some more questions. I wonder if all this is different this time. Oh, well, tell me about the plague. Despite the citywide quarantine, the Wailing Death spreads quickly. Even here... Beg your pardon. Even here in the Hall of Justice, we have felt the plague's touch, as you can see by the afflicted all around us. Desper and I do what we can to comfort these poor souls, but we can do little else. Not even Neverwinter's most powerful priest can heal or raise those who contract the Wailing Death. Aren't you afraid of catching the plague yourself? Our faith protects us. Only the faithless need fear the Wailing Death, as I and my Helmites have proclaimed many times. Where is he? There he is. Desper, please. No one yet knows how the plague spreads, though contact with the infected does not seem to be a catalyst. Even so, people are burning the bodies and locking themselves indoors just to be safe. People are scared. They're on the verge of panic and even open rebellion, and the City Watch struggles to keep order. The panic will get worse when the people learn of the attack on the Academy and how Erebeth lost the cure. Yes, we get it. Alright. While I appreciate Fenthic defending his lady love, I don't need to hear it 15 times. So, What do you know about a cure for the plague? I'm afraid I cannot discuss this with you. I must obey the chain of command, and my Lady Arabeth is in charge of finding a cure for the Wailing Death. Okay, fair enough. Tell him the truth. Arabeth had the cure, and she lost it because she trusted those at the Academy over my Helmite brethren. Yeah, I don't think I'd give him the cure either. Just saying. I would not have... here we go. Alright. You know, why do you hang out with this guy? He's a total dick. You seem to be okay. Alright, what's your role in all this? I do whatever my Lady Arabeth commands. Lord Nasher himself appointed her to oversee our efforts to find a cure. He could not have made a better choice. Arabeth has placed me in charge of discovering who was behind the attack on the Academy. If you ever come across such information, you may report it directly to me. And of course I do what I can to ease the suffering of those within Castle Never who have been infected with the Wailing Death, although they are beyond my power to save. Is there anything else you need? Alright. Tell me about Arabeth. Alright. Lady Arabeth de Tilmarand is a paladin who serves Tyr, as do I. She is young, but her faith, courage, and intelligence are beyond question, as is her beauty. What does your description say? Fenthic looks concerned for those suffering, obviously willing to do anything if it would help the situation. His face looks weary, but hopeful. Okay. That's good to know. You let your feelings for her cloud your judgment, Fenthic. Your lover is not without her flaws. Arabeth and I are one heart and soul, it is true, but that does not make her any less a paragon of virtue. None who serve Neverwinter are more capable than my Lady Arabeth. Is there anything else you need? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna ask about Desper. He's like right there. Maybe it'll offend him. Good. Hey. Excuse me a moment. I must take a momentary break to pet my cat. She's cuter than you are. Okay, there we go. Alright. He speaks as if I am not even in the room. No matter. I'm too busy to waste my time chatting with you anyway. What are you, like 5? Okay. You must forgive Desper. The strain of the Wailing Death weighs heavily upon us all, but the Helmites are our allies in this dark time. Desper and his followers arrived to offer their aid just before the city was quarantined. They came to help us when no one else dared. Is there anything else you need? No, not really. Okay, just gonna skip through this real quick. Alright, where can I find Lady Arabeth? My Lady Arabeth is in the chamber beyond the north doors. There she works tirelessly to put an end to the plague that ravages Neverwinter. Alright, I'll be going now. Go with the blessings of Tyr upon you. Alright. Anyone else to interact with? I guess I'll talk to him. This should be fun.
You should spend your time more productively. Instead of speaking with me, you should be out looking for the missing Waterdavian creatures.
What accent is that? Generic evil jackass accent, I suppose.
I suspect my Helmite brethren will prove far more useful in this task than a mere hireling. But who am I to defy the desires of Lady Arabeth?
I see. It's funny, because of course they're going to say whatever class you are in there, but the dialogue, they weren't going to record it for every single class. So you get Whelp and Hireling instead of Paladin. Honestly, they should have just put Whelp and Hireling in the dialogue. The better. Let's talk to the nurse. Poor overworked nurse. Did I just walk on top of the dying guy? Wow, I'm a dick. Okay. Alright, anyway. That poor guy. Look, there's a footprint in this guy. I just stepped on this guy. All right. Hope you enjoyed the view. All right. Could I ask you some questions? Oh, instead I said goodbye. On your way then. I've got too many sick and suffering to waste my time on long goodbyes. All right. Sorry about that. We're going to try that again. Could I ask you some questions? I really should be tending the sick, but I can spare a few moments, sir. What are you doing? Come here. All right. What can you tell me about the plague? As much as most, less than some, I suppose. I've seen my share of the dead and dying since I started to work here, tending the sick. Have you heard anything about a cure for the Wailing death? There's no cure for the plague. Everybody knows that. All I can do is try to ease their suffering and make their less days less painful. That's it? You haven't heard the rumors about a cure from Waterdeep? A cure from Waterdeep? How are they going to get it in here with Neverwinter under quarantine? Throw it up over the walls? You're talking crazy. Is there something else you need? If not, I really should get back to the sick. Did you hear anything about the attack on the academy? I heard Fenthic and Dester whispering about it once, but they clammed up as soon as they saw me. Then Dester gave me a foul look. Ah, I have an insightful question. You don't like Dester much, do you? He's sour, that one. A bitter man with a sharp tongue. But he's a man of the cloth, and his Helmites do good work around the city, helping the sick. Dester's not a real friendly sort, but I guess that ain't no crime. I just try to stay out of his way. Do you have more questions? If not, I should really get back to my duties. Alright, let's ask her something else. Have you heard any rumors lately? I've heard my share. Dester and Erebeth are always arguing, and Fenthic is always trying to keep the peace. None of them pay any attention to a quiet little nurse going about her duties, so I've heard all sorts of stuff about each and every one of them. Oh, well this gets my gossip up. Tell me what you've heard about that guy I do not like. Erebeth doesn't like him. I know that much. He's got a sharp tongue and a sour face, but I think it's more than that. But it's not really my place to speak of such things. Love triangle. Come on, telling me won't do any harm. Well, I get to make my first persuade roll, I think. Success! Dester and his Helmites showed up soon after the plague started, just in time to get locked inside the city when the quarantine hit. Dester said they came because they heard about Neverwinter's suffering, but it seems like odd timing to Lady Erebeth, or so she told Fenthic once. You interested in more of my gossip, my lord? I am. Tell me about the attractive lady with the breastplate. Lady Erebeth's always telling Fenthic not to put so much faith in Dester and his Helmites. You know they're lovers? Fenthic and Erebeth, I mean. Of course you know. Everybody knows. You interested in more of my gossip, my lord? All right, well, tell me about Fenthic. Poor Fenthic. He's caught in the middle between Dester and Erebeth, and always ends up having to pick one side or the other when they argue about how to save the city. You think he always side with Erebeth since they're lovers, but Fenthic's an honest man, and when Erebeth is wrong, he's not afraid to tell her so. You interested in more of my gossip, my lord? Can I ask you some other questions? Can I ask you some directions? I'm here to tend the sick and dying, not play tour guide. Besides, all you have to do is go outside. The front door of the Hall of Justice. The city of Sorry, I botched that line. Besides, all you have to do is go outside the front door of the Hall of Justice. The city core district has every kind of shop, store, or inn you'll ever need, I suspect. Alright. On your way, then. I've got too many sick and suffering to waste my time on long goodbyes. Okay. Now, well, that is sad. And Guess I can't blame her for not wanting to talk to the guy who walked on a dead guy. Or a dying person. Alright. Fucking Pathfinder. Oh, that's that too.
I greet you.
Alright, is there something I could do for you, sir? Could I ask you some questions? Okay, these look exactly the same. Dialogue. I'm just going to run through this very briefly. Oh, this one's new. How did you end up tending the afflicted here? I was a midwife before the plague, but there ain't many babies being born now. Not live ones, anyway. I heard Castle Never needed nurses to tend their sick and dying, so I came. Aren't you afraid of contracting the plague yourself? Some people won't have nothing to do with the sick. They board themselves up in their homes and don't come out for no reason, and they still get the wailing death. The Helmites don't catch it from helping the sick, so why should I? The plague takes who it wants, when it wants. Nothing anybody can do about that. Alright. Alright, so that dialogue is pretty much the same. I just apparently missed that one line when I talked to the other lady. Okay. Well, I'll wish her goodbye. And I guess I'll go on to find myself a store. Or talk to my new boss. A little bit of both. Okay. Alright, another nurse.
Listen to me here.
Yeah.
I must speak with you.
I'm going to talk to the nurse.
Listen to me here. I greet you. I must speak with you.
Is there something I can do for you, sir? Okay, looks like the same stuff.
Listen to me here. I must speak with you.
Yep, okay. We've got identical...
Listen to me here. I must speak with you.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Women.
Listen to me here. I must speak with... Welcome to you.
Oh,
I regret
she
I
got
did
sick of
not
me
get a
dawdling.
chance to introduce myself properly to you while you were training at the academy.
Lady Erebeth is the epitome of grace and concentration, although she is obviously preoccupied with worry for those suffering from the plague. Alright. Just a second. I'm gonna pause this momentarily. I'm not gonna put up my away message. I'm just gonna be a moment or two. Sorry about that. That took a little longer than I meant to. Okay. Would help if I unpaused.
I am Lady Erebeth de Tilmarand, paladin in the service of Tyr, and the right hand of Nasha Alagondar, Lord of Neverwinter. I have been waiting for you.
I like how I never have to read any of her dialogue. Well, I could blame Fenthic. I could play dumb. I could be a dick. I came as quickly as I could, Lady Erebeth.
I have been following your progress since your early training at the academy. Neverwinter has need of one like you if we are to survive the Wailing death. The attack on the Academy doused the one faint spark of hope the city had. I need you to help recover that which we have lost.
Well, got the good option, got the slightly immoral option, and got the defiant object. It will be an honor to serve you, Lady Arabeth.
I knew I could count on you. There are many rumors about the plague, but if you are to aid me in this, it is important you know the truth about the Wailing dead.
Helpful.
Our divine healers can do nothing to help those afflicted by the Wailing death. And even our most powerful magic cannot raise those who succumb to the illness. But a short time ago, we had word that Kelvin Blackstaff Arunson, the famous Archmage of Waterdeep, had discovered a potential cure, one that might be concocted from the essence of 4 rare and magical creatures.
I have heard such rumors
Under
before.
great secrecy, the 4 creatures were gathered in Waterdeep, then sent here to Neverwinter. As strange a menagerie as any has ever set eyes on. A cockatrice, an intellect devourer, a yonti, and a dryad. I ordered them sent to the Academy, Neverwinter's renowned training institution for adventurers of every ilk. I once studied there myself, and I thought the instructors and students were loyal to Lord Nasher.
And they got taken out by weak goblins. So you think someone within the Academy betrayed you?
The Academy may have been betrayed from within, or perhaps I simply put too much faith in the instructors, students, and
Weak
staff
goblins.
to keep this news secret, as Desta claims. You were there. You saw the slaughter. The attack caught us unprepared. You are one of only a handful of survivors from the carnage of the Academy. Fenthic and Desta arrived with reinforcements, but during the confusion of battle, the Waterdavian creatures disappeared into the streets of Neverwinter, and our hopes of a cure vanished with them.
How may I serve you in this?
Your task in this is twofold. First, find the Waterdavian creatures and bring them back to me, at any cost. We need to harvest components from these creatures if we are to concoct a cure for the Wailing death. This is your most important duty. Second, we must discover who was behind the attack on the Academy. Any evidence you uncover in this matter should be brought to Fenthic. He is the one assigned the task of unmasking our hidden enemy.
Okay, I want to ask some questions, such as why did you choose me for this?
You proved yourself during the attack on the Academy. Your bravery and skill are obvious, and I know you are not in league with those who seek to destroy Neverwinter.
Yeah, my bravery and skill in not being killed by weak goblins and a couple skeletons.
The City Watch can do little to help in this search. Their numbers are barely enough to keep order in the streets of Neverwinter. Others, like Fenthic or myself, have duties that require we stay here. By all accounts, the creatures escaped the battle at the Academy unharmed, and there are many reports of strange beasts pouring in from every district of the city.
Okay. You must recover the Waterdavian creatures if we are to survive the Wailing death. The fate of Neverwinter rests on your shoulders now. Alright, well I asked the other question, so I will do as you command, Lady Arabeth.
I ask for your discretion in this matter. News of the attack and strange creatures roaming the city will only add to the panic and chaos already in the streets. To aid you in your task, I will give you this stone
Yes.
of recall. You will find it to be a valuable tool in your quest.
I'm going to exploit the shit out of that thing. Alright. There are people who are actually good at this game who complain about the cheesy nature of the Stone of Recall, but I'm terrible at this game, so I love the Stone of Recall. How does it work?
You can activate the Stone of Recall at any time, and it will instantly teleport you and anyone in your service back here to the Temple of Tyr. Anytime you go through the teleportation portal in Tyr's temple, it will instantly send you and any companions back to the place your stone was last activated.
That's
There
handy.
is little else I can tell you about this mission. Whenever you need provisions, come speak to me again, and I can sell them to you through the store here at Tyr's temple.
I feel like, given that I'm trying to save the city, Why are you charging me? But then that's all RPGs, isn't it? You could be going off to punch God, and this item shop will still charge you for a potion.
Take this gold so you can buy the necessary supplies for your mission. Remember to stock up on healing potions before you go. They will be critical to your survival.
Okay, so now I can ask her questions and be a nosy nonsense person. Let's do that. I can hit on her a little bit. It would be nice to know a little bit more about the lady I'm working for.
I am not one to boast of my accomplishments. Suffice to say that I am a paladin of Tyr, and I am honored Lord Nasha has placed me in charge of finding a cure for the Wailing death. Is there anything else?
Tell me about Fenthic.
It is no secret that Fenthic and I are lovers. Our feelings for each other are only matched by our devotion to Tyr and our loyalty to Neverwinter. Although Lord Nasha has placed me in charge of finding a cure for the plague, I could not do this without Fenthic's help. His faith and conviction are a comfort to me in times of darkness. Is there anything else? I think the Hellmite is arrogant, sanctimonious, self-righteous, and holier than thou. Forgive me for being so blunt, but Dester and I do not see eye to eye.
I get that impression.
Dester challenges my every decision on general principle, or so it would seem. He is constantly accusing me of abandoning my faith and not trusting enough in the power of the divine.
So why do you put up with him?
Sometimes I think Dester and his Hellmites do more to hinder my efforts than help them. But Fenthic assures me they bring hope to the city, and hope is something the people desperately need.
I suppose you'd have to be really desperate to get hope from that guy.
Is there anything else?
Okay. Do you have any information as to where the creatures might be?
There are many rumors, and I would not like to give you any false leads. However, there is something that seems reliable. There have been some promising reports from the prison district. Several eyewitness accounts indicate a strange creature is wandering the area, or was a short time ago. But there is no guarantee the reports are accurate. The creatures could be in any one of the city districts. I shall leave it up to you where you want to take your search.
Basically,
Is there anything else?
there are 4 districts and 4 creatures. So, 1 for each district. I think they want us to go to the prison district first, because that's the easiest of them. Alright, let me ask her some questions.
I will do my best to answer what questions I may.
What can you tell me about the attack on the academy?
It was a slaughter, as you well know. Only a handful of hundreds training and teaching at the academy survived.
Okay.
As yet, we have not discovered the identity of those behind the attack, but the enemy knew the Watadavian creatures were there. How they came by that knowledge is a troubling prospect. Take any information concerning who may be behind the attack straight to Fenthic. He is the one I have placed in charge of unmasking our hidden enemy. Is there something else I can help you with?
I want to know more about the Wailing death.
The first victims were reported several months ago, and within days it had spread to all corners of the city. It was not the first plague Neverwinter has suffered, but it is by far the worst. Unlike other sicknesses, the Wailing death seems to resist all efforts to cure it, including the divine magic of the priests. Perhaps that is what makes it so terrible.
Did the quarantine do anything to help?
We have quarantined the city, but that is mostly to help maintain order. It has done little to halt the spread of the disease, though some districts remain largely unaffected. The plague does not seem to spread through contact with the infected. Healers tend to the sick without becoming ill, and some who lock themselves alone indoors still become infected.
Okay.
Perhaps that is what is so terrible about this affliction. There is no rhyme or reason to it, seemingly no way to guard against it, and until we have all the Watadavian creatures, no way to cure it. Is there something else I can help you with?
Alright. more information.
It was Kelvin Blackstaff Arunson, the Archmage of Waterdeep, who discovered the potential cure. However, we have not even had a chance to test it. The creatures were taken from us too quickly.
I want a scarecrow quote nickname. I think it'd be fun. You can call me Sans Pantaloon or something like that.
If Blackstaff is right, the cure requires feathers from a cockatrice, the brain of an intellect devourer, blood from a Yuan-ti, and a lock of hair freshly plucked from a dryad's head. Is there more you would know? Any information about the creatures I can provide to help you locate them will be freely given, of course.
Alright, well, I think this is a fairly decent question, even for a paladin like me. What right do you have to kill these creatures to save yourselves?
A single drop of blood, a single scale, a lock of hair. All these can be collected with no harm to the creatures. Only the monstrously evil intellect devourer needs be slain to collect the reagent. Is there more you would know? Any information about the creatures I can provide to help you locate them will be freely given, of course.
Hi, Amy. I did not see you come in because I'm terrible at watching my chat. How are you today? Ah. Well, nothing wrong with lurking. I hope you're enjoying lots of talking right now. I'm off to hunt some water Davian creatures soon. Glad to hear it. I'm good too. Alright, so I suppose I can ask about the cockatrice.
A cockatrice resembles a hybrid of chicken, lizard, and bat. They are repulsive animals that can petrify opponents. You must be extremely cautious when dealing with this beast.
Well, nah, not better than you talking. Easier on your voice, though, I suspect. Oh, I like Erebeth, though, because I don't have to talk either. Alright, continue.
Is there more you would know?
Tell-
Any information about the creatures I can provide to help you locate them will be freely given, of course.
I keep trying to talk over her. I'm like the definition of a rude guy. Alright, tell me about the Yuan-ti.
The Yuan-ti are a race of beings whose bloodlines are a mixture of human and snake. They can be any combination of snake and human characteristics.
I always kind of wanted to play a Yuan-ti. I think you can in Neverwinter Nights too, but I could be wrong about that. Wahaha.
They are highly intelligent, and many of the creatures practice magic. It is rumored that some even have the ability to alter their shape. Is there more you would know? Any information about the creatures I can provide to help you locate them will be freely given, of course.
It's that space between is there more you would know? I keep trying to talk over her. Alright, tell me about the intellect devourer. The poor lady.
The intellect devourer is a truly horrible entity, resembling a large fleshy brains with legs. It can dominate the minds of its victims so that it may devour their very thoughts.
That's good.
Is there more you would know? Any information about the creatures I can provide to help you locate them will be freely given, of course.
Well, tell me about the dryad.
She is like most of her kind, a beautiful, elusive forest sprite whose charms transcend mere physical appearance. Out of charity, she came willingly to help us when she learned of our need.
Well, that's kind of
However,
her.
the city is strange to her and unsettling. When the attack came, I suspect she fled in panicked terror, and now is lost among the unfamiliar streets and buildings of Neverwinter. If you find her, treat her with the respect and kindness she deserves. She is very brave to leave her wood to come to our aid.
Okay.
Is there more you would know? Any information about the creatures I can provide to help you locate them will be freely given, of course.
Well, that's all I need to know about the water
Is there
Davian
something
creatures.
else I can help you with?
Yes, I can finally get rid of some of my crap. Where can I get some supplies?
I have no equipment to spare. All we have was given to the City Watch to help them maintain order.
Perhaps I could sell you some things from the Temple Armory.
The city core has all manner of shops to supply you with whatever you might need.
That was a weird cutoff. Yes, I will arrange to sell you whatever I can. When you next come back to me, ask me for temple services. Okay, and then it goes into that line.
Is
Weird.
there something else I can help you with?
Alright, so I asked about the attack, I asked about that, I asked about that. I want to ask you something
I will
else.
do my best to answer your questions.
I gossiped about her, her boyfriend, the possibilities of a threesome, Dusther, he's not invited to the threesome, and the creatures. So, goodbye.
Farewell. May Tyr guide your steps.
Alright, so.
Welcome. Do you have news of the missing water Davian creatures? Or is there something else you need?
Well, I can talk to her. I can get temple services. I can get some healing. I don't need healing yet. Anything new?
Of course. I will do my best to help with
Nope.
whatever you need to know.
Nothing new
Farewell.
conversation-wise.
May Tyr guide your steps.
Alright.
Welcome. Do you have news?
She is neutral to me. I feel like since I am actually, trying to save the world here, well, I suppose I have to earn goodwill. Alright, so what do I have that I can get rid of and thus actually walk at a normal speed? Can I move this? I should be able to move this. Can I not move it? I guess not. Alright, well, I don't need a crossbow. That doesn't seem very paladin-y. That's also not a word, but, I can sell a copper necklace. I'm keeping the pot. You never know if you need to put a pot over your head. 0, I can't sell that anyway. Potions. Ah, yes. Let's sell a bunch of magic scrolls. You can get henchmen who have arcane abilities, but you can't really give them things like scrolls anyway, so there's no real point in keeping them. Unless they're going to dual class. Alright. Don't need that. Don't need that. Got some arrows. I'll keep the arrows. How heavy is the sling? 0.1. I guess it's not hurting anything. Actually, the biggest thing I've ever used the Stone of Recall for is getting back here to sell shit. Actually, though, if you're going to sell things in this game, she's actually one of the worst sellers you can use. Her prices are not good. But you're kind of paying for the convenience. I am usually far too lazy to find the better paying shops within the city. So I go to her anyway. Do I want to sell the ale? I feel like after certain days, I might want the damn ale. I'm going to keep the ale. Chain shirt. I don't need that anymore. I'd like to think that when she gets the chain shirt, she looks at it and goes, what happened to the pants? And I would tell her I engaged in some impromptu sewing. Ale is important, I think. This fellow is not a teetotaler. He's having a stressful enough time. Okay, that's 6, and this is 7, I think. Yep, so I've got no reason to keep it. It's not particularly stylish. Okay, got the Stone of Recall. Well, I am down to a somewhat manageable weight class. Let's see what crap she has. Cool monk gloves. Monks always get the coolest stuff, I think. The yellow rose, the sun soul. I'm pretty sure that's a monk thing. Yeah, look at that. Cool names. Bracelets of armor. Bracelets of dexterity. Is there anything that I can't afford that I can lust after for a while? Immunity to fear, but then I'm a paladin. I know I'm immune to disease. Do I get immunity to fear? Let me see. Aura of Courage. I can't read it. I'm not sure if that's a display issue or what. Yeah, that's not helpful. Can I squint it? Alright, well, at some point I'm going to have to try to fix my UI. But I think I'm immune to fear. Fear is really annoying in this game. Let's see, there are more hideous helmets. Here, let me show you what the helmet looks like. Well, no, I don't think that's going to work right now because I'll just sell it. And I want to keep my ugly pot helmet. Could get a tower shield. Is chainmail better than what I've got? No. No. My half plate's pretty good. Nope. Breastplate. I'm only interested in the breastplate if it gives me Lady Arabeth's cleavage. Robes of the Shining Hand. Robes of the Old Order. See, monks get the coolest shit. I'm just terrible at playing a monk. Cloak of Movement. Oh. Look at that. Freedom. I think that's like freedom from any sort of movement thing. Oh, hi, Zinsman. How are you today? I am muttering to myself while shopping. But since I'm still early in the game, I can't afford anything cool, like that cloak. I could theoretically buy the splint mail, but that's actually less good than what I've got, because I've got half plate. Half plate with no pants. I'm glad you're doing well. Alright. Any cool weapons? All basic stuff. Yeah, you don't really do your good shopping with Lady Arabeth. You basically just drop off stuff so you're not completely encumbered. Oh, I have 2 slings. Why do I have 2 slings? I don't have any cool abilities. I can fill up my taskbar with useless crap for now. Oh, no, I do. I do have something I need to put in here. This is going to be like the least effective hotbar anyway, but whatever. Not the spell-like abilities. I need special abilities. Could you remove disease or turn undead? Never can go wrong with a turn undead. Oh, well, I'm glad you were here for a bit. And I'm glad your connection's letting you access the chat now, Zinsman. It's good to see you. I was feeling a little lonely when no one was talking, but that's much better now. Alright. I could buy some potions, but I think I'm okay potion-wise for now. Oh, Lesser Amulet of Health. What does that do? Immunity to disease and poison. That's nice. I think I got the disease immunity already, but poison immunity is nice. Periapt of Wisdom. Ring of Resistance. Nothing terrible. Not particularly impressive, though. And some healer's kits and gemstones. To be honest with you, I can't remember which gemstone... gotta watch my fucking scroll. Are good to sell or not. Oh, I'm sorry that you had to cancel, Amy. Emmy, sorry. I'm mispronouncing your name. Not feeling up to it? Oh, here I go. Alright, got a few more things to look at over here. Spinning my camera. Ooh. What's this way? Nah, cheap. Well, there's another nurse who is probably going to say the same thing as every other nurse so far. I'll test her. Yep, same stuff. Alright. Let's talk to the dude next to the swirly thing. Because I'm pretty sure I know how most of this works. The divining pool is where you get to find plot important items if you ditch them someplace. Yep, nothing here. Because I haven't had anything to ditch yet. Oh, I do want to hear the Valley Girl voice. How do I give you biddies? When I'm on your screen next. Haha, nice. I am not promising to do anything in an irritating pixie voice, by the way. I've got a very good irritating pixie voice, but I'm not going to use it. You're just going to have to imagine it. Ah, greetings, Stephen. Erebeth has instructed me to provide whatever assistance I can in your mission to recover the missing water Davian creatures. This guy is Sergal. What does he look like? This man looks serious and composed, his armor impeccably maintained. He obviously regards his duties as being of the utmost importance. Well, no, you don't need to imagine it. You've definitely heard it before. It's a good one if I say so myself. Anyway, back to this. However, my magic is not of a healing nature. My skills are tied to the teleportation portal in this temple and the Stone of Recall in your backpack. Is there something I can do for you? Ah, so this is where I get the MacGuffin explanation here. Teleportation portal. Stone of Recall. I don't understand. New tutorial stuff. I thought you would be familiar with this by now. However, it is important, so I will go over the use of the Stone of Recall again. In your backpack, you carry a Stone of Recall. You can activate the stone at any time, and it will instantly teleport you and anyone in your service back to this temple. This will allow you to return quickly to town whenever you need to, saving precious traveling time. That's handy. That's some pretty powerful magic. I can be enthusiastic. There's more. Once you have used the stone, go through the teleportation portal, and it will instantly send you back to the place your stone was last activated. Anyone in your service, henchmen, familiars, and the like, will also be transported with you. Now, is there anything else I can do for you? Well, I could ask him to explain that again, but I think I'm okay. Who are you? I am Sergal, a priest of Tyr. It is my duty to aid and assist those in the service of Neverwinter, though I am no healer. Alright, I'm not going to ask him that again, and if I tell him I need healing, he's probably just going to get annoyed. So, I'd prefer not to make the guy who's going to teleport me around annoyed at me. It would be cool to have teleportation magic, though. Of all the magics you could have here, I always thought that sounded the coolest. Let's see. There's the irritating halfling in the corner. Still gonna ignore him for a little while and see what's up this way. Alright. I'd like to know when you're streaming next too, Emmy. Here we are. Alright. Oh, here's some stuff to loot. I mean, look at. There's no law against looking, right? And borrowing. Okay. So, the books we have here, Luskin's Arcane Brotherhood. I looked at that last time. It's all about the evil dudes that we won't ever meet in this run of this game. The city of skilled hands is a beautiful, relaxed place. It is a walled city of over 20,000, mainly humans and half-elves. Craftsmen love the beauty of Neverwinter and constantly try to outdo each other in striving for ever-increasing efficiency and beauty of design. Let's see. So it tells us there are harpers who live here, some dwarven craftspeople, good aligned spellcasters like the Many-Starred Cloak, a band of wizards who support Nasher's rule, and might be the real power in the city. They produce blast globes. Neverwinters, really? No, that's okay, Zinsman. You don't have to comment too much. Hopefully it's a fun game, even if you've never played it. And looking up... Sunday night would be fun to watch you stream then after your girls' weekend. If you decide to do it. And I try not to miss your Xenogears stream. I love the voices that you have. Okay. If I could figure out how to do a shout out, I would. I cannot at the moment. But follow my friends, everybody. Eventually I'll figure that stuff out. Alright. So again, Neverwinters. Neverwinters. That's just an awful name. Alright. Tend to be quiet, mannered, literate, efficient, and hardworking folk. Deadlines and precision are important in all they do. They respect not only the property of others, but whatever interest another person holds important. Following one's weird is a Neverwinter saying for odd or reckless behavior. Well, your kink is not my kink, but okay. Alright. Apparently it's the most cosmopolitan city in Faerun. Escaping water-deep slums and grasping competitiveness, and Silvery Moon's harsher climate and heavier need for defense. Cities in Amn and Kalimshan commonly claim to be more civilized, but merchants who trade there all say that Neverwinter truly is civilized, unlike some showier rivals, who, as the sage Melamir once put it, have achieved decadence without the need for passing through civilization first. Ah, I will try to do that. Let me see. Alright, well if I botched this shout out thing, you are only allowed to laugh at me for a short period of time, okay? Alright. Ah. It does not... Well, my phone is useless. Let me see. One sec. Alright. Oh yay, it worked this time. Okay. Yep. I'll probably have to ask you and the others to show me lots of stuff later. I'm actually surprised I got this to work at all, to be honest with you. So, I guess I can be patient. Alright. So, let's see. There was Snark. Telling us about the districts. Conveniently, there are 4. The city core, Black Lake, the docks, and the peninsula. Well, 5 technically, but we're in the city core, so. And the Beggar's Nest. Alright. The Black Lake district is home to the nobility. The Beggar's Nest is populated by beggars, etc. and so forth. The peninsula has the prison, and the docks has one of the most extensive harbors of the Sword Coast. So, alright. That was a longer one. Usually I don't read that much of the book, but Neverwinter, it's kind of good for us to know what the setting is actually supposed to be like. So, let's see, I looked at that pile. Let's look at that pile. The Desserin River. Okay. Long before there were roads, the Desserin was known as the road to the north. The river reaches up past Waterdeep to the Evermoors and into the eastern end of the spine of the world. Apparently that's where the first settlements of humans are, and there are more humans there than in any other part of the Savage Frontier. You know, I'd like to play a game set during that time. I bet there's a module or two. The great river carves the rough hills of the central north into a broad, gentle valley. Okay, well, I don't. Okay. I play a historical D&D game. Or Forgotten Realms game. That's not what I meant to do. Alright. Oh, hey. Woot. Scroll. I like when people just stick magic scrolls places. The rival orc tribes in the great battles. I'm sure this won't be relevant to us at all, but one portal opened by Mulhuran's rebellious wizards led to a world populated by savage orcs. They used it to invade Faerun, invading many northern settlements. The manifestation of the god kings of both Malorand and Unther battled the orcs, and the orcs retaliated by summoning divine avatars of their own deities. During these conflicts known as the Orc Gate Wars, the orc god Grumsh slew the Malhorandi sun god Re, the first known deicide in the realms. Many of the Untheric deities were slain as well. The human deities eventually prevailed, and the orcs were slain or driven northward. So, Set and Osiris battled. Set murdered his rival. So basically the Mulhorandi pantheon looks like very similar to ancient Egypt. So, well, I mean, Tyr is a Norse god, so that makes some sense. I'm sure there's some sort of complicated backstory to that I have no knowledge of and honestly don't really care. Well, I'm sure I would have characters that care, but Stephen's not that sort of thinker. He's not interested in that. Okay, Return of the Beast. Oh, that's interesting. At first glance, this ragged tome appears to detail the ancient history of the Sword Coast. Closer inspection reveals the words Return of the Beast scrawled across the original title in an almost childlike hand. And sections of the book are crossed out and replaced by an indecipherable code. Page of Waiting. Okay, this one looks interesting. I might steal it for a while. I mean, I'm not going to keep it forever. If I run out of space, it's gone. But I kind of feel like that's worth a second look. Unless I see another version of the same book, in which case I'm going to ditch both of them. Okay. Like Arcane Brotherhood, Nether Scrolls. I looked at that before. There are only like 10 books in Neverwinter. Oh. Go do some laundry, Emmy. I'm going to keep wandering about for a while. I'm not a very efficient player. Okay. Alright, well, I did find a potion, though. I quite like potions, so I'm going to be quite happy about that. How many times will I die because I forget I have potions? We can make that a betting pool. Alright, let's talk to this guy.
Greetings of the even-handed to you. Welcome to the House of Tyr. I am Reverend Judge Olef Uskar, in service of the maimed god.
That was not the voice I expected from him. Okay. Hello, Olaf. Will you answer some questions? I could be rude, or I could be polite. I feel like it's better to be polite to people I don't know. This Tyrian home welcomes your well-mannered address. Ask what you will, and I shall respond as I am able. What is your position here? We administer to the plague sufferers. Previously, we were working on artifact recovery, which may be even more important now. Really? How? Certainly you will understand the importance of it. You walk with the gait of a paladin. We need that kind of dedication. In the weeks before the plague, we uncovered the tomb of Miaslaznia Fairblade. Miaslaznia. That is an unfortunate name. She traveled widely with Halloweth Never, founder of Neverwinter. Wait, so the name Neverwinter made some sense in a poetic sense. Like, it's Neverwinter here, despite the whole winter, the fact that we are close to the Icewind Dale and so on. But no, it's actually named after someone named Never. That's unnecessary. But okay. This was a great discovery, and gave clues to the whereabouts of our founder's resting place. This would have been a great discovery indeed. It could be a dick. Your efforts were likely wasted when the plague hit. The plague undoubtedly complicated things. I like the idea of Stephen being a bit of a minimalist when it comes to this, prone to understatement. Yes, it did. It is very unfortunate, because pursuing these tombs becomes all the more important with the city in crisis as it is. How? People are scared, and the lack of progress on a cure has diminished their hopes. A find like this would buoy their spirits. Really? I mean, look, we all have some experience with mass illness about now. I think finding the long lost summer home of George Washington would not have made Americans all that much happier, I think, right now. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a history buff. There is also a chance that powerful artifacts could be found alongside Halloweth Never's remains, though I would not rest my hopes upon it. Well, that's something at least. What do you know about Halloweth Never? He was the founder of Neverwinter. Actually, not much is known about him, really. He's become a bit of a legendary figure. He reportedly fortified a fledgling Neverwinter against the Ilsk barbarians, deflecting the wrath to Luskan and setting the tone for our uneasy relations with that city. So we were the dicks. Good to know. Knowing the details of his life could be very beneficial to the city. The people need to know that they have a history of defeating adversity. Well, I'll help you find these tombs. I welcome your aid in this matter. You couldn't have arrived at a more fortuitous time. Here, take this letter with my seal. It signifies that you act with my sanction. Take it to Briley in the Peninsula District, and he will aid you. He guards the one tomb already found. It is in the basement of a house in the east side of the Peninsula District. Return to me if you find anything, and I will reward you. Let's see. Erebeth has directed us to the Peninsula District. This guy is giving us a quest that starts in the Peninsula District. I feel like the game is encouraging us to go to the Peninsula District first. I could be reading too much into things. It is, however, the easiest of them, I think. Alright, nothing really all that interesting here. Just a few tips. In the journal, suggested that we begin in the Peninsula District. A henchman would be helpful. Most of them are in the building called the Trade of Blades in the city core. Alright. This is where I can keep notes of my own, see? But I'm not inclined to do that yet. Perhaps later. Alright. So I got myself a new quest. Oh. Right. See? Temple of Tyr. Never's tomb. Okay. Yahoo? Alright. I am moving over here to this door. Because I don't want to deal with that guy yet. No, the nurse is fine. It's that guy. Ah, really? Okay. Well, alright. Actually, I don't mind Tommy. I don't think he's a bad one. He's probably going to be the one I travel with the most because I don't have a lockpick skill. Look, it's clear. It's not breaking the law if my companion does it, right? It's probably breaking the law. Alright, Tommy Undergallows.
Voila there! You have the smell of a prospective employer about you. Not that it's easy to smell anything with all the burning corpses in this city, mind you. Never seen this many flies outside of a Callum-shot alehouse.
On the other hand, I don't think I can do that accent. Let's see, what does he look like? This halfling scrutinizes his surroundings with a mischievous look that, given time and opportunity, could only mean trouble. Who are you? That's a horrible thing to say. Aren't you frightened of the plague? And I don't feel like talking right now. I'll ask this one. Aren't you frightened of the plague? Oh, to be honest, my lord, that's not a good accent. I'd be far more frightened to take a swig of Callum-shite ale. You'd be lucky to wake up 3 days later hugging the back end of a camel, I'd wager. Yeah, I'm not doing the accent. What does that mean? It means I'd be bloody glad to be out of Callum-shire and anywhere else, even here. Now about that employer business. Who are you? Me? Why, I'm none other than the renowned rogue, Tommy Undergallows. Grin to my friends. Tommy grin to the lasses, and that damned halfling to anyone in a position of respectable authority. I can forgive you for not having heard of me, however. I hail most recently from Callumport, and that's a long way for even my reputation to travel. I give it another week, personally. Well, lots of things I can say. What are you doing in a church? Could ask you the same question now, couldn't I? Well, if you have to know the truth, I was being chased by a pack of hooligans the day before yesterday when I darted in here. Seemed like a good place as any, especially considering the priests don't throw halflings out on their ears as a policy, like in Calimport. So I've been hanging about looking for something to do. Running from your reputation, are you? Nothing too wrong with having a bit of a reputation, my lord. Keeps the flies from settling, if you know what I mean. If the heat gets too high, just step out of the kitchen, right? Just a sec. Ooh. Ooh. Nice, okay. Alright, sorry about that. You know how it goes, I'm sure. Rob some overfat human caliph with piggy lips, kiss his daughter as a lark before you escape with the loot, and suddenly you're the most wanted man in Kalimshan. How was I supposed to know that he was so sensitive about his daughter? I still say it was worth it. That took flair, and I have flair. Too bad Neverwinter didn't teach me any better at first. He hunted you for kissing his daughter? Well, you know, it's not good. Do that? Okay. Well, I used the word kissing loosely, my lord. Trouble was, the lass was set to marry the Pasha's son, and so long as she was a virgin. Oh, well. Okay, what happened then? Neverwinter seemed a fine enough city for an enterprising young halfling like myself. On the surface, anyway. You'd be surprised at what people get away with here. They can take a perfectly innocent man, accuse him of simple pickpocketing, throw him in prison without even so much as a trial. Not a very fair one, anyway. That judge was mean. Fortunately, my stay in Neverwinter's fine prison system was a short one. I didn't arrange for my escape, oddly enough, but I was glad for it nonetheless. I can feel my character, like, pinching the bridge of his nose. So, how did you escape the prison? The exact goings-on within the prison I'm not entirely aware of, my lord. To tell the truth, I'd only been in the prison for a few days, and was just starting to think about how depressing life was when it all began. The warden of the place began babbling some nonsense and started releasing all the prisoners, even the truly despicable types. Murderers, politicians, lawyers, you name it. I left the area as quickly, of course, and wound up here at the temple. Nice, safe place to be. Last I heard, them prisoners were all tearing up the Peninsula District, making a royal mess. Not the lawyers, though. They were just overcharging. Sounds about right. Why would the warden release the prisoners? Really can't say. Some of the other fellows were talking like there was some powerful prisoner who was controlling the warden and making him do these things. Sounds too strange to me. So yet another thing pointing us to the Peninsula District. More likely he was brain sick with the plague. The entire Peninsula District is in an uproar. However, I don't think the local constabulary has it under control either. Come to think of it, I saw more than a few people getting attacked in the street in broad daylight. If you head to that part of town, you might want to take someone along who knows the roads, eh? Well, actually, I'm looking for some hired help to assist me on my mission. Oh, mission is it? My little pinky toes are quivering. Pardon me. Oh, mission is it? My little pinky toes are quivering with curiosity. Or is that my danger sense? That would go a long way toward explaining my recklessness. Oh well, what kind of mission are you on? Alright, well, I'll be honest about it. I work for Lady Arabeth. I have been instructed to find several missing creatures that might be used to find a plague cure. Oh, not only a mission, but a legitimate heroic deed performed for the benefit of a cute elf. I hear you, my lord. I'll be glad to help out, for the right price. So let me negotiate a bit, shall we? I can place my superior skills of theft, lockpicking, and swordplay at your disposal for any task you choose, providing you can provide me with a nice payment now. I don't know if I can, actually. I rather doubt you'll find anyone else of my skill available, my lord. 200 gold pieces seems like a fair bargain. Don't you agree? Well, now you see why I invested in Persuade. Let's see if I can talk him down a little. It's kind of probably not all that paladin-like to chintz on the price, but you know, we're going to try that anyway. Alright, how about we split the difference? 175? Deal. Good, good. I smell adventure at hand. Or I need to wash my socks. One of the two. I'll tag along with you, as best as I know how, until you tell me otherwise. If you want me to do something different, just give me a shout, eh? Alright, so the thing about henchmen in this game is you can only use one at a time, but it's actually worth your while to get to hire all of them. You don't necessarily have to switch them out. Their conversation with you is supposed to expand over time, but what it really does is it reflects your level. So basically, once you get to the point where you get enough dialogues with one of them to get their quest, talk to the others and get their quests too. You get rewarded with some pretty nice gear, and if you've hired them and keep their little items, so here you see I have Tommy's contract, then in the next chapter of the game, you'll find them again, and eventually you'll get a chance to get a bigger, cooler item. It's definitely worth your while. The items, especially for a paladin or cleric or any type, there's quite a bit of charisma stuff too, so definitely good. But you do have to kind of put up with Tommy to deal with it, or one of the others.
What can Tommy do for you?
Yeah, there we go. I just want to talk. Oh, what did you have in mind, my lord? Yeah, I'll ask him some questions. Oh, it's a bit strange to have you ask me that, my lord. Most people think they know Tommy Undergallers well enough through his reputation. In Kalimport, the tales of my deeds were the daily fodder of old men in the taverns. I do not speak of heroic acts, however. I'm a halfling of the underworld, if you remember. Alright. What sort of deeds are you talking about, then? Oh, nothing so sordid and evil as you might guess. I've had fame and fortune aplenty more than once. I've lost it all just as often. Okay. My most famous exploit, in fact, is one of the reasons I chose to come to Neverwinter when I fled from Kalimshan. You see, I'd spent the larger part of my years in Kalimport in the employ of a powerful Medusa. She was a great power in the city's underworld, and that is no small feat for anyone, statue-making gaze or no. Medusa? Are you serious? Quite serious. She had a head for business, and was as ruthless as any cold-hearted sheik. Not as good with the face-to-face negotiations, though, if you take my meaning. Okay. I was in her employ to run errands, burglaries, message deliveries, walking her cat, assassinations, that sort of thing. I did my job well, too, and was well known for it. The job that made me famous, however, was the last one she gave me. I was to infiltrate the house of the famous vizier Shabalan Vihayed and kill him. Well, you were an assassin that's horrible. Were you successful? I was, though not in the matter you're probably suspecting. There's far more to that story than I've told. Alright. We've got business to undertake, though. Perhaps I'd best tell this story another time. What do you say to that, my lord? I'd like to hear the rest now. Wow, you're more impatient than a drunk camel driver in line at the salt market, aren't you? Ask me another time, and I'll tell you everything. So, yeah, that's basically how it works. You get their backstories in little drabs until you get to another level. So, here we go. The henchman quest here just tells you what to do with, tells you a bit about Tommy. If you switch him, the henchman tale will tell about whichever henchman you have at the time. And Tommy started a tale of his early life of thieving in far-off city of Kalimshan. He will continue his story when you are of a higher level of experience. So, being a baby,
what can Tommy do for
level 3. Alright, let's talk. Do you have any advice or suggestions you can give me about my mission? Yeah, I guess I can tell you a bit about the Peninsula District if you want, but I'm not really familiar with the rest of the city. Tell me about the Peninsula District. Well, the prison itself be the most prominent part of the district, eh? Anything interesting that goes on there is bound to be tied up with the prison somehow. When I escaped, a bunch of the fellows being held there had taken the warden over, and the prison too. There was something fishy about the whole thing. You'd think the city guard would take control of the prison back, but they've got too much on their plate. With the plague, I guess. Anything else? No, I don't think so. Best to avoid the district. Gosh, it's almost like there might be something that does mind control there. Alright. So I think I got everything around here. I've even got myself a henchman. As mentioned, I can't really see his inventory. Nope, not in this game. The expansion packs I can. But not here. Alright, let's go see what's going on. So this is Neverwinter. The city core, anyway. You can see in each corner we have some cool locations. There's Castle Never up north, and someone needs my help. There is the Black Lake District up this way. There is the refugee shelter behind, and the city gate. The Great Tree, the Cloak Tower, the Trade of Blades, that's where the other henchmen are, Docks, Peninsula, and Beggar's Nest. So each of the areas we want to go to. The Moonstone Mask, and the Shining Knight's Arms and Armor. I'm going to wonder about this part a bit, and maybe I can even see who the heck has decided she needs my help. I apologize in advance, lady. Oh, here you are. Please, I need your help. Oh, please, can you help me? You're with the city militia, aren't you? The guards at the gate said I might get help over here, but I don't know if they were serious or not. Okay, well, I could be a dick, or I can say, well, that's usually most of the options here. I can be a jerk, or I can ask questions. Slow down. I'll hear what you have to say. Thank you. I don't mean to take you away from your duties. I mean, you're a guard, right? Probably got your hands full. But this is important. Okay. It's the Peninsula District. I live there. And oh, it's just horrible. The killing. Everyone's running for their lives. It's horrible. God, look at these. Hurry up and say, I'm a busy man. I'm sorry, but I don't have time right now. This doesn't concern me. Get lost. God, what dick things to say. Easy then. Tell me when you're ready. Okay. I come from the Peninsula District. That's where my home was. Now it's too dangerous to go there. The prisoners are killing everyone. It's awful. Okay. Rounding up escapees. Let's talk price. Alright, I may have heard of this. Give some background on the Peninsula District. How did these prisoners get loose? I don't know. I just don't know. Captain Elephant has always run such an efficient operation. I hope nothing has happened to him. Okay. I mean, I don't know him personally or anything, but I hear he's a good man. I know he would not have allowed this to happen. Alright. Is there anyone in this district able to fight back? The plague has cut down on the guards in the area. It was safe while people were locked up, but now it's just overwhelming. Some are trying, though. Okay. Seto Sabil is there. She's one of Lord Nasher's trusted, but she doesn't have many people to work with. She's mainly just guarding the gate out of the district now. Okay. Give me some background on the Peninsula District. Well, it's kind of complicated. The Peninsula District houses the Neverwinter prison. The families of the guards and such live around it. It's been safe for years. It's changed a little while ago. The guards never came home from work one day, and now the prisoners are everywhere. First the plague, now the threat of a knife in your belly. Okay? I asked that. We're not going to do that. I'll see what I can do. You stay here where it's safe. Thank you. I can't say how much this means to me. Do you need directions? I'll tell you to be sure. The Peninsula District is through the gate on the southwest side of the city core, near the Moonstone Mask. There are guards posted, but I'm sure they'll let you through. Okay. Well. Alright. I mean, we'll go there. But there are other places we can go first. And I kind of want to see what's around. Because I'm a dick. Okay, look. There are all sorts of people here. There is a sign. There's a fellow named Winthrop up here. This is the Hall of Justice. Okay. I think anyone with a name is worth talking to. Oh, Mullen, the administrator. Let's talk to Winslow. Quit waving your weapon around like a thug. Criminals aren't running things around here. This isn't the Dust District. Alright, well, let's see what happens if I don't have that on.
Greetings.
I heard there was a prison break in the Peninsula District. I suppose we'll be burning more corpses if it's true. Probably. Let's talk to Mullen, the administrator.
Yes? Do make it quick.
Stand down, citizen. Castle Never is sealed by order of Lord Nasher. No one is allowed within. To protect the castle against plague, it is closed to all but Lady Arabeth. That is all I can say. Well, that doesn't seem to make sense. Actually, admittedly, it kind of does, because paladins are supposedly immune to disease. Which does raise the interesting question, because clerics and paladins can't seem to heal this disease. Are the paladins still immune to it? Alright. I've just joined his service under Arabeth. Does he fear the plague so much? Can you tell me anything about the plague? Let's go there first. I can't say anything more. To ease panic, only our proven allies are to be briefed on the state of affairs. Alright. Well, I want to ask about the other things.
Do make it quick.
As I said, only the proven allies of Neverwinter will have access to the castle in this dark time. I missed my shot to ask about the other things. Speaking of, I do not want to replay these things all over again. So I'm going to save over. Actually, I should make a second save. It's never a bad idea to have more than one save, huh? That'll be fine until I get another one. Okay, alright, so let's see what's up this way. I've talked to those two. Ah, that kind of moved around a little. There are some citizens, and so Black Lake is this way.
Can I help you?
You're a holy man. Can't you make the nobles in the Black Lake district share their cure? The nobles have a cure? Okay. Here's the other one.
Good tidings to you.
Alright. Share the cure with the rest of us.
Can I help you?
Oh, you must be one of the new guard. Hopefully you can do something about those zombies in the bugger's nest. Alright. Okay. Let's talk to that guy. The Doomsayer. Woe to the...
What?
The Wailing Herald.
Hello.
The end of days.
What?
Woe to the unrepentant, for they shall be struck down. Well, you're useful. Alright, so this is the Black Lake District. Can I talk to the guard?
Hello.
The Wailing's caused its fair of the Wailing's caused its fair share of conflict beyond these gates, lad, making it a dangerous place. Lady Arabeth has ordered us to restrict access. In other words, if you want access to the Black Lake District, you're going to need quarantine clearance. What kind of clearance do I need? We're under pretty tight lockdown right now. Unless you have the express permission of either Lady Arabeth or Lord Nasher, you're going to have to remain in the core. Alright, well, I've been assigned to temporary militia duty. Aye, there was word she'd be hiring on adventurers to help fill the ranks. What can I do for you then? So, let's find out about the Black Lake District, because we gotta decide where we're gonna go first. Could you answer some questions about the Black Lake District? I suppose so. I can answer a question for you, lad. Go ahead. Is there any way I can help out in there? Well, best bet would be to talk to a guard in the area. Past my gates is a bit of the slums, but if you keep going, you'll reach the Black Lake Gate. Other side of that is where Black Lake Gate Guard will be stationed. Maybe he'll have a better idea of how you'd fit in or help out. Be careful on the way in, though. There's a burned out bit of the city between here and Black Lake proper. Nothing but plague-crazed thugs in there. Black Lake is fine, but the first bit is dangerous as hell. Oh, fucking nobles. Leave everyone to fucking die of the plague right outside their gates. Of course. Fucking guillotine. Is there something else you want to know? How bad is it in there? Well, the Black Lake's split into two parts. The nobles' quarter and the rest of it. The nobles are plague-free right now and sealed off tight. There's rumors that the nobles have a cure that they aren't willing to share with the rest of us. I doubt it's true, but food attracts flies. Victims of the Wailing have been flocking to the Black Lake barricades. There have been a few clashes already, so tread carefully. Alright, it's especially dangerous between this gate and Black Lake proper. Not much besides plague-crazed thugs in that part. Dangerous as hell. Insight. Who's in the right? The barricade nobles or the people that want in? Don't get me wrong. I can understand the nobles' desire to quarantine themselves, but some of the biggest crooks I've known were of noble birth. Maybe there's something to the rumors about the nobles having a cure and not wanting to share it. Doesn't sound likely, but the fact remains they're plague-free while the rest of the town gets sick. Guillotine. Alright, any places I should look for in the Black Lake district? The noble quarters is all but barricaded in, but being a guard gives you access. Once inside, you can check out the zoo in the north, and the Rough House Tavern called the Board Laid Bear in the center of the district if you want. Is there anything else you wanted to know? Would you mind answering some more general questions for me? I suppose I can answer a question for you, lad. Go ahead. Do you know anything about the water Davian creatures? Aye, my friend Haggard was with the Night Watch in the academy when the caravan bringing the creatures came in. We found him with his throat slit after the attack, amidst the empty cages. He had the symbol of Helm, god of all us guard folk, gripped tightly in his frozen palm. We buried him with it that way, to honor him. Insight. Is there anyone else who might know more about the water Davian creatures? I believe these little insight tags are wisdom rolls, so you wouldn't necessarily see them. But if you have high intelligence, you might see something similar. Maybe not called insight, though. Is there anyone else who might know more about the water Davian creatures? The person who knows the most about it is probably Lady Arabeth herself. She's a good soul, and deadly smart, too. I'm glad she's in charge of the search. Is there anything else you need? Okay, what do you know about the Wailing Death? Too little to cure it, too much to live without fear. Our only hope is to find those water Davian creatures. Without them, every last one of us is dead. Is there anyone else who might know more about the Wailing Death? You might want to check with the Helmite Duster. He's new here, but he's been putting his own health at risk to offer Helm's blessings to the plague-struck. Is there anything else you need? Alright, I think I asked all these questions, so goodbye. Yes, on your way then. I'm not going to go to the Black Lake yet, because I want to get an idea of what else we're dealing with. It is pretty fancy. I remember some parts of it are harder than others. But that doesn't necessarily make it a bad place to go. There are some nice things there. Oh, who is this Kyle fellow? Let's talk. Oh, you must be one of the new city guard. Hopefully you can do something about those zombies in the Beggar's Nest. I'm thinking that there might be zombies in the Beggar's Nest. I'm not sure where I've gotten this idea, but I feel like it seems very, very possible. Alright. Can I get up there? If I can, there's usually... it'll show us. I'm hearing a clicky sound, so I'm thinking no.
No can do.
Yeah. Bard. Alright. I want to see if I can get up there, though, because sometimes there are things to, borrow. Borrowing's not against the law, is it? I'm not seeing a... oh, I did not look in the box. There's a box. Let's look in the box. These people throw away the damnedest shit. It's actually one of the criticisms of the game, I think, is that it's, people are a little happy to throw away their nice items for you to pick up later. That said, I mean, I guess if you're already dying of the plague, maybe you don't care about that stuff anymore. Oh, here's a fellow named Ibrahim. Let's talk to him. He is one of...
Neverwinter is forbidden.
I told you.
Cannot risk the plague being spread to the surrounding countryside.
This Pavel, Bim, these guys, they're all a set of clones. Elminster made them, I bet. Alright, I have just a few questions. I'm trusted with the grave duty of keeping the whole of the north free of the plague, and you want to chat me up? Well, if you put it that way, yes. Yes, I do, sir. Please, just leave me to my duty. I can't lose focus. I can't let anyone gain my favor. Everybody is to be treated the same. No one gets out. Insight. Never miss an insight question. If you see insight pop up, you should always ask that question. Or, I suppose I'm not specifically restricted from letting people into the city. They're warned of the danger, but it's their risk to take. That being said, no one has entered the city recently. In fact, I believe only Dester and his Helmite brethren have dared risk it. That was shortly after the plague began. They have been tirelessly helping ever since. It's an astounding level of sacrifice for them to make, risking themselves like that. Has anyone left recently? No one has exited the city recently. I would not allow it. The danger to the outside land is too great. Okay. Well, I'm not going to force my way out. I mean, I suppose I could try, but no. Alright. Hey, here's a door. Can I open it?
No can do.
Barred from the other side. Not every door is pickable, unfortunately. Let's see. I talked to that Kyle fellow. Let's talk to this Balerian fellow. Who are you?
Met.
That looks like a moon elf, maybe? This elf of Neverwinter carries himself proudly, although concern about the plague weighs in his eyes, like it does for everyone else. I gotta remember to look at people more. Yes, is there something you require? These dark days have left my mind on other things, so make it brief. I want to ask you some questions. I can spare a few moments from my worrying. What is it you wish to know? I need information about the places in Neverwinter. I am to be your simple guide, Well, though if it would help toward a cure, I suppose I should endeavor to answer. What are the different areas of the city? Very well. If this dreaded Wailing makes me serve as your signpost, Neverwinter is divided into 5 districts, each encompassing a particular industrious theme. Which would you have questions? The Beggar's Nest, the Docks, Black Lake District, the Peninsula, or the City Core? The City Core. The City Core, my captain of redundancy, is where we now stand. Basic services are here, as well as specialized training. Castle Never in the northeast is the city's heart. The upper square around it contains important spiritual and cultural institutions. The district edge, however, is possessed of a more suspect establishments. For the most part, however, the malicious quarantine has kept us free from the Wailing. Can you tell me about other city districts? Alright. Tell me about the Beggar's Nest. I know little of the Beggar's Nest, but that's hardly a failing. Only the poor and morally suspect willingly visit such a place. You're a dick, too. It is ripe with the Wailing, and I suspect that is where the plague first manifested. Hardly a surprise with all the filth that make their homes there. Ooh. You know, if you die from the plague, I won't be that sad. Tell me about the Docks District. I don't concern myself with the docks. I have subordinates to handle the day-to-day working of business and shipping. At least I used to. Aw, poor baby has to serve himself. Fuck this guy. My business and I have ended up on separate sides of the quarantine, I'm afraid. I cannot guess what has become of my dock hands now. Alright, tell me about the Peninsula. Bah, what should I know of the Peninsula? It's a haven for those either caged in the prison or recently released from it. That district is held to the thinnest thread of law by Captain Elephant, the head jailer. I have seen little of him since the cursed Wailing came. Alright, tell me something else. Alright. What do you know of the plague? It has cost me my business, for one. I was visiting friends in the city core when the quarantine came down. My store is now empty and forgotten beyond those gates. Insight. How has the plague affected the nobility? It kills us! In the Wailing's eyes, we are no better than the lowliest of peasants. Where is the privilege of class now, I ask? Hopefully we will do more than just let the Wailing take us. The actions of Lord Nasher and the Helmites have been underwhelming. What do you know about attempts at a cure? I have trusted associates that say a cure was being assembled, but something apparently disrupted the attempt. An attack, they say. This information has been wisely kept from the masses. Can you imagine the panic? Actually, I probably shouldn't have even told you. Alright. Have you heard of anything odd? Any rumors? I don't sully myself by discussing mere conjecture. If you wish salacious details, I suggest you look elsewhere. The different districts will each hold intrigues, I am sure. All but the Black Lakes seem to do as they will when out from under the rule of law. Have you paid your safety tax? No. Sadly, I'm not an extortionist, though that would be terribly satisfying, because this guy's kind of a dick. Alright, goodbye. Perhaps we'll both live to talk another time. Alright. It is a tempting idea. Alright, so, let's see. I can go down this way, but I don't really want to yet. I want to finish looking up here. Because if I lose track of where I am, then I am going to forget to talk talk to people. There are a few quests and such I can gather. I enjoy quests. Alright, so let's talk to this priest of Helm.
Hello to you.
Speak what you will, friend. I will answer. I want to ask you some questions. I will answer, though I am a newcomer too. Granting blessings in this time of plague has not left much time for exploration. Alright, I need information about the places in Neverwinter. I have only just acquainted myself with the city, but I will assist you if I can. Oh, I could ask where I can get equipment. I haven't asked that. I know little of these things. I need only my blessings. Still, I believe there are a few establishments that have what you want. Our Helmite Temple is closed while we continue our blessings. The Temple of Tyr in the city core upper square west will assist you. I have also heard of a mercenary enclave that hires out henchmen. It is the trade of blades in the northwest, but I would avoid it. Alright, what do you know of the plague? The wailing pulls at the soul, spiritually tearing a victim apart from within. The blessings I give are small comfort, but comfort nonetheless. What do you know about attempts at a cure? Most are foolish sorcery, and none have proven effective. We Helmites under Dester are certain that only our blessings will deliver in Neverwinter. People are reluctant at first, but the more the plague strikes at them, the more they abandon such things and seek what we offer. Ooh, insight. Don't you want the other cure attempts to work? Everyone seeks an end to the plague. We under Dester simply believe that our methods will bring the swiftest resolution. In the end, I think people will look back and realize the importance of the role we played, even if we can't see it now. What do you look like? This man's robes proudly display the symbol of Helm. He meets her gaze with suspicion at first, but then offers a friendly smile. The arrow on his head reminds me of... well, I don't think it's an arrow. I think it's actually some sort of sigil. Sigil? Sigil, probably. But it reminds me a little bit of Avatar. And that makes me smile. Alright, I want to ask something else. Have you heard anything odd? Any rumors? No, not really. Of course I busy myself with concern for the plague, and do not worry about petty scandal. Oh, come on. Petty scandal's fun. Didn't you know Dester, Fenthic, and Erebeth are all in some sort of weird hate-sex threesome? Really? I don't know. Don't waste your time following conjecture. You should be more concerned about your spiritual well-being. I want to ask something else. Have you collected a lot of charitable donations? That's an interesting question. I have acquired some measure of gold from the generous. What business do you have asking me about it? Well, I could rob him. No. I'm just curious, and maybe a little suspicious of you. Let's go back to some other questions. Do make it quick. I don't have time for this. I have good work to do. Oh, he has changed his tone, hasn't he? Ah, interesting. Asking him about charitable donations really soured the pot. Goodbye. As you will. Would you like a blessing as you go? I think so. I think it'll be worth observing. Please, I'm sure it'll help. Now that's kind of interesting, because red is not usually the color for a blessing. Did it have an effect? Fortitude saving throw increased. Well, I can't see that it's had any sort of effect. That doesn't mean it hasn't. Interesting. Okay. But that red is very interesting. So we got Phoebe Borean over here. We got a building. We have a fellow named Nyatar over here. And I am going to save. Not for any particular reason. I'm not intending to save scum if I lose a roll. Not at all. Why do you ask? Nyatar.
Blessings of the Earth Mother Shrontia and the Tree Father Sylvanus upon you. I am Nyatar, in the service of nature.
Could I ask some questions? Shut up and answer my questions. I will go the polite route. Can I ask some questions? I welcome your well-mannered address. Ask what you will, and I shall respond as I am able. What is your position here? I see to it that the city does not tip too far from the balance. that concerns for natural elements are kept a priority. It is not easy in this time. In the background, Kyle is talking to Ibrahim. Interesting. You can catch little bits of the conversation. Kyle is telling him he's not trying to escape. I wouldn't have anywhere to go. Ibrahim, if you recall, was the gate guard on the way out. So that's actually really kind of fun that you can hear. And if you scroll up here, you can hear where Beleriand, the douchebag elf, and Kyle the beggar have a kind of contemptuous exchange as well. Get away from me, you may be diseased, no more than you. So I kind of like that you have all these conversations going on in the background. I think they're kind of cool. Okay. You would not understand. Only a brother in nature could fully appreciate what needs to be done, how vital my task is. So here is a persuade check. I really want to pass this one. I might still be able to help. Success! Perhaps I was too quick to judge. You seem sincere enough. You may be able to understand why this is so important. Well, it's kind of snooty, but okay. Many people are falling to plague, but animals suffer as well. They suffer in cages, in the Black Lake District Lodge. There's a zoo in Neverwinter. It is operated by a hunter and his noble entourage. It is not clean, it is not compassionate, and it is not right. The animals within are mistreated. Can't be new, not during the plague, or the zoo keeps being small. I don't want to dismiss this concern. I'll go with this one. It can't be new. It is not new. I was working to have it closed, but the plague has delayed that indefinitely. The officials I spoke with are among the plague dead. It has given the zoo a reprieve. They know the law was turning against them, but now they have time to cover their actions. Poor guy. Tried to work within the system and it fucked him over. I fear the animals will simply be killed and made into trophies. All creatures deserve charity. This bear, panther, wolf, and lion, all four should be rescued. Okay, what do you know of this hunter? Montgomery, Sure Shot, Weatherson. His family has been a great advocate of animal rights, but Montgomery abandoned that philosophy when his father died. He gauges his progress as a man by what he's mastered. His family and his business and nature, creature by creature. He's out of balance. Several nobles live vicariously through him. Their influence protects him from what little pressure I've been able to apply through the law. There are a few typos in here, I notice. That's a little disappointing. You would think that there'd be some proofreading for all this. I don't remember if these typos existed in the past. I mean, that said, it's still fun to play. But it's good to remember this, because when I play fan modules, which, as I've mentioned before, is my ultimate, what I really want to do on this stream, I can keep this in mind, and thus I should be less judgmental of typos. Because, I mean, this is a professionally released game. If they can't avoid the occasional typo, someone who's working for free while having a life and a job and everything like that, they're not going to catch everything either. So that's good for me to keep that in mind. I will help you free these animals. I was hoping you would say that. Let me give you a few things to help in your task. I've thought long about what is required. Oh, I got a transport via plant scroll and a zoo key copy. This key will grant access to the zoo. My animal companion found it, and I made copies. Guards may try to stop you, but doors will not. This is a transport via plant scroll. Use it on the large tree near the zoo, and any of the animals you lead there will be teleported here. And take the scented fetish. It will let you speak to the animals with the skill of a druid or ranger. Please, lead the animals to the large tree and freedom. Cool, I'll be able to talk to animals. I don't think it works on every animal, though. I think it just works on the ones in this test. So let me ask him about anything else.
Nature welcomes you. I hope today has held you in better health than those poor creatures in the Black Lake Zoo.
Okay, well, I don't need to go through a whole quest line again. I require supplies. What can you offer? Oh, favorable. Nice. I don't think really appraise does that much in this module, but it's good to know. So this, because he's a druid, everything he has is nature. So wood and leather, no metal it looks like. Which, a little bit of metal here. But they're all kind of special weapons. Nothing I really need. Some nature type divination or divine magic scrolls. And some potions. Never a bad thing to have potions. Periaptive wisdom, some things. So, and some healing kits. I don't feel like I need a healing kit right now, but I may regret that decision later on. Oh, hi! I did not see that someone came in. Oh, hello, Rushgate Tiger. What campaign did you plan to start after Wailing Death? I actually have always really wanted to play those Erebeth modules that, like Erebeth's Revival and Erebeth's Redemption, the epilogue things that folks have written after this. I always thought that would be really interesting. I've seen on YouTube a very silent Let's Play of one of them, and I always kind of wanted to know, like, compare and contrast of them. So I thought it would be fun to play those. I also do want to do like Shadows of Undertide and Hordes of the Underdark and some of the fan creative modules that take place during and after those too. I think those would be fun. I remember there was way back when there was a whole contest to make a bridge module between the two, and if I can track down the one I liked when I was younger, maybe I'll play that. Or one of the others. And then there's stuff afterwards. So I hope that answered the question. I think first I've got to make it through this campaign. Then we'll see. I'm probably not going to play any of the famous adult-rated ones, though. I think I would get in trouble with Twitch if I did those. But I admit part of me is tempted because I think they would be fun. Alright, so journal. I got a few things now. There's a prison break in the peninsula. There's tensions in Black Lake. An animal rescue in Black Lake. There is a lot of content. Yeah, not Gladiatrix or A Dance with Rogues. Those I'll have to play in my own time. I've never actually played Gladiatrix. I thought that sounded really interesting, though. Like a lot of fun. Tongue-in-cheek. Or Sex and the Single Adventurous. That one I did play, and I had a lot of fun with that one. But, again, not one for this. Too bad. Yeah, there's so much content, though, so it's old and new and all that. So much better than it has any right to be. Well, I think I get the impression that it's a project of passion, shall we say, something that the creator really enjoyed and wanted to do a really good job with, and I think that shows when it comes to these sorts of things. It's kind of like fanfic in that way. It's like there's some that's not great, but mostly it's, and some that's not going to match, your view of the characters and so on. But it's almost always a labor of love, and when people really put the time into it and the effort into it, it's a lot better than we tend to expect. Let's see. Thankfully, this is one of those modules where I don't think folks really have like a go-to-bed schedule, which is nice. Though they do obviously move around and have conversations. So let's see, where are we going here? I am going up this way. I'm probably not going to be able to do a whole lot with this, not being an arcane caster, but we can see. That is the one thing, is that there is a set of quests that you can do only if you're a sorcerer or a wizard. Maybe a bard. I'm not sure if a bard can do it. So
I recognize you. You're one of the new recruits under Erebeth, are you not? I'm sorry, but this is a Spellcasters Guild. It will not interest you.
This woman appears calm and immensely sure of herself. Her clothes are impeccable, as though they repel the very dust in the air. That would be cool. I think that would be a neat advantage of being a spellcaster. I need some spellcasting equipment. Unfavorable. Well, nothing here that seems terribly useful, except maybe the nymph cloak, because really, you can't go wrong with charisma, even as a paladin. It helps return undead and saves. Immunity fear, I don't think I need that. Okay, alright. Oh, lots and lots and lots and lots of scrolls. Those always seem nice. A bigger variety of potions that they have here. So that's actually might be useful if we want something to raise stats temporarily. Some wands. Can't really use them, and didn't put anything use magical device, so they're not going to be useful for me. And a healing kit. Everyone's got a healing kit. Alright. Can I step into the portal? It won't work for me. Alright. Not a whole lot that we can do here for the many-starred cloak. If you're a mage type, though, you can go through the whole quest line and you can get a many-starred cloak for yourself. But we'll have to console ourselves with pantsless armor. Alright. So I've been up this way. Bethany was the girl who sent me into the thing to begin with. But there's quite a few people. My goodness, there's a lot of people here. I remember seeing a Phoebe and a somebody else around this way. So let's try to find them first. There they are. We'll talk to them and then we'll come back around. I'm very thorough. Or I try to be. Alright, so let's... What do you want? I'm no guard. I can't help you. All I can do is wait for the plague to get me. And I can't even do that from my own bed. I don't suppose you'd feel any better yourself if you lost your home, let alone been chased out by zombies. It's just the beggar's nest, I know, but it's better than sitting here smelling the corpses burn. Oh, that's fair. Could I ask you some questions? Or maybe I can help you out. Let's offer to help her out. Why would you help me? I'm just a lowly peasant from the beggar's nest. Half the city is probably happy to see the place overrun, even if it was by zombies. Just leave me, please. Okay, can I ask you some questions? No, please. I don't want to think about this any more than I have to. Okay. Aw. Okay. Let's talk to Borean. Can I help you? No, what am I thinking? I can't even help myself. I can't even huddle in my own home. Can't go home to the beggar's nest because of zombies. Can't get out of the city because of quarantine. What's the guy supposed to do? Just choke on the stink of corpse fires, I guess. Oh, poor folks. Maybe I could help you out? I don't know how you could. I don't know anyone that can take on an army of zombies by themselves. The beggar's nest is completely overrun. My home is overrun. Fucking doomsayer. Wish I could slap the doomsayers. I do love the background ambience noise of the begging and the screaming. Makes it all dystopian and sad. Can I ask you some questions? No, please. I don't want to think about this any more than I have to. Oh, poor folks. There's a lesson there, I think. You know.
Okay, dokie.
Ooh. I'll let you break into that.
It's done.
Okay, let's see what's in here. I am in a storage area. Now this is the sort of thing that, were I in Shadows Undertide, I would probably take a hit to my lawful, to my lawful alignment. But, thankfully, I can get away with it here.
It's done.
It's done. Alright, thank you, Tommy. I am probably going to travel most with Tommy. I may travel with some of the others, but that's when I use the Stone of Recall to come back, because I can't open a locked thing.
Okie dokie.
Alright. What's in here? Huh.
It's done.
Oh, there's... I really can't see much of anything, can I? I feel like it's darker than... The enhanced version is darker than the other. Which is fine.
It's done.
Well, thank you for that. Okay. So I don't remember needing a torch very often when I played this originally. Oh, what's in the chest? Ooh, a winged helmet. I mean, it looks about as terrible as my normal helmet. I'm sure the guard won't mind if I borrowed some of their money. Do you think they would mind? Well, I am a member of the guard, so really I'm just requisitioning. I'm a terrible paladin. There's no law against borrowing. I think there is a law against borrowing, dude. There we go. We'll sell that. We're just going to sell it to the armory, so we're really just giving it back. They're just tipping us for the convenience. Alright. Looting, looting, robbing my own people. This is terrible role-playing. Role-playing, role-playing. This is terrible role-playing. La 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 la. Okay. Alright, see, this stuff's just abandoned here. I'm just returning it to the people who can use it. That's how I'm rationalizing it. It only works if I sell it to Erebeth, though. I can't sell it to another shopkeeper. Then my excuse kind of falls flat. Shh. Quiet. Alright, so there are some people over here I haven't talked to. Yeah, there's a chest out in the open. I don't even have to worry about this one. See? Someone just threw away a perfectly nice potion. That's totally what it means when it's in a chest on the ground outside, right? Throw it away. Alright, it's litter.
Greetings.
Quit waving your weapon around. Oh, fine. I do like that they react to your weapons. I heard there was a prison break.
I greet you.
If you're so high and holy, why don't you cure the wailing, huh? I mean, fair.
What can I do for you?
Ah, alright. Sorry, cleric. I can't even begin to think the gods are good while the stink of burning corpses covers everything. Not a cleric, paladin. Alright, well, anyway. Fair. Sorry.
What?
The end is nigh.
Hello?
God damn Doomsayer.
What? Hello?
Alright.
Hello.
Can I help you? I can't be away from my duty for so long. Wait, are you a new recruit? Hi. They're replacing the ones that we've lost. Ask you a few questions. The more information you have, the less risk you'll pose to the rest of us on duty. I'll help if I can. Alright, I need information about the places in Neverwinter. Well, you can't keep the peace without knowing where to keep it, can you? Sorry, it's an old guard joke my buddy used to tell before. Never mind. What are the different areas of the city? The city's always had districts, but with the quarantine, we've been ordered to lock things down. As a result, each district has ended up handling things differently. I want to slap the fucking Doomsayer. Shut up. Alright. Which do you have questions about? There's the Beggar's Nest, the Docks, the Black Lake District, the Peninsula, and the city core. Alright, tell me about the core. The core is the business center, and is built around Castle Never. We've been able to keep it largely free of the Wailing, but not entirely. It's also where we keep the tightest rule of law. This is true normally, but even more so now with the plague causing havoc. And of course, with most of what remains of the militia here, the other districts are suffering. Hopefully that's where you can help. Alright, about the other districts. Beggar's Nest. The Beggar's Nest is hurting bad. There's a lot of poverty. I've already lost 3 of my men to violence there, and another 8 to the Wailing. It's where the plague first appeared. The first cases were ignored as a problem with the poor, and now there's something else. Well, that serves people fucking right. People are barricading whenever they can, and there are even rumors of undead walking the streets. I'm afraid there's not much the guards can do to help. Alright, well let's hit Persuade. Come now, there must be more. Look, the guards are hired to keep the peace and maintain quarantine. We're hunters of the living, not the dead. We're scared, alright? You should be too. You want to throw yourself at whatever's in there, you go on ahead. Good on you. Nobody cared about Beggar's Nest before, and it's not vital we save it now. Just remember that I've lost better men than you in there. Wow. So they're poor, so you just want to cut them off? Fuck you, dude. Alright. Tell me about the docks district. The docks are a nightmare to patrol, even at the best of times. There's dirty gold there. Not a lot of respect for the city guards. The Wailings brought out the worst in them. There's a panic for gold for some reason. Not sure why. The rich die too. There's not much we can do. Muggers and bands of thugs have the run of the place now. I guess they won the war. Other districts? Blacklake District. Blacklake? A bunch of spoiled nobles. I don't think they've had a good word for the guards in the history of the city. And then there's those rumors. People are saying that the nobles stumbled on a cure and won't share it with the rest of us. Probably not true, but it would be just like them. Can't argue with that. I even heard something about them openly threatening some of my guards if they don't fall in line. The whole place is going to hell. Alright, and the Peninsula District. The Peninsula holds the prison. There are a good number of staff that live in the area, as well as people on the way out. Captain Alephin. I think I pronounced this guy's name differently every single time it's come up. Runs the place, and I hope he's doing okay, because he's one of the best the city has to offer. There's been word of a prison riot, though Tyr only knows we've never been able to instill fear in the inmates, but maybe the Wailing finally has. Alright. Sorry, I've got that. I'm just going to run through it so I can get to the other questions. Alright, I want to ask something else. What do you know of the plague? I know what I'm told. Erebeth and Olot handle all the delicate stuff. We common guards keep the peace where we can and maintain the quarantine at all costs. Insight. It sounds like you don't particularly like Erebeth. She handles city security on a big scale, reporting to Lord Nasher. She brings in people like you for special missions, leaving us for little things like, restraining plague-maddened rioters. Pardon me if I don't think she's more important than the dozens of us who have already been put to the torch, thanks to the Wailing's touch. What do you know about attempts at a cure? Not a thing. I was briefed on the Water Davian creatures, but nothing since. My life's on the line to keep the streets clear of rioters and looters. I do know that those damned hellmites keep getting in our way, though. I swear, their blessings better do half of what they say. Alright, well, I already asked about Erebeth. What were you told about the Water Davian creatures? That the caravan bringing them was attacked when it entered the city. Nobody knows what happened to them after that. Scattered to the wind, I guess. The cure attempt that they were up for is still up in the air, I guess. They don't tell me about details. They just keep an eye out for them. Alright? Alright. Have you heard of anything odd? Any rumors? All I hear is how bad things are getting. How many more men we've lost. It's like a war, except you can't make the Wailing surrender. Oh, you got a point. With us gone, the different districts each hold their own intrigues, I'm sure. All I know is that we're fighting a losing battle, even here in the core. Alright, goodbye. Stay alive out there, recruit. Alright. So we got a few more. Did I talk to this Isaban fellow? I don't think I did.
Do business to you.
You're a priest. Why has your god let the Wailing Death kill so many of us? Fair question.
Greetings.
You're a holy man. Can't you make the nobles share the cure? I'm not, actually. They think I'm a cleric for some reason. Well, probably clerics and paladins have the same trigger there. It would make sense. I guess I'm technically a holy man. Okay, this Isaban. Hello, Isaban.
Welcome to you.
Oh, a woman. I actually assumed it was a man based on the thing. I shouldn't. Elves are possessed of extraordinary beauty and grace, but the misery of the Wailing has given this woman a deeply sad expression. Alright. Could I trouble you with some questions? Oh, yes, is there something you require? Please do be brief, as your unwashed appearance leaves me to worry what infections you might be carrying. Wow. I'd like to hit... Can't hit a woman, I guess. I suppose one needs to breathe amidst one's mourning. perhaps in helping you, I am also helping my friend's spirits find the rest. Okay, so let's ask her. You look very wealthy, are you? I don't want to rob her, so I'll go here. I require some information about locations in Neverwinter. I don't usually have much regard for those that lose their way, but, well, the Wailing changes everything, doesn't it? What are the different areas of the city? Neverwinter has always been divided into separate districts, but with the militia maintaining the quarantine at every gate, it has become all the more apparent. Which of the 5 is of interest to you? Any of them. City core. The city core is where we are now, and is one of the only districts where the plague has not made much headway. Our more important institutions are located around Castle Never in the upper square, the center of Neverwinter's government. The edge of this district is full of rough-hewn establishments that, while they offer more variety, the quality of the goods and services is more often suspect. Beggar's Nest? The Beggar's Nest is where the Wailing first laid its claim upon the city, and it remains the worst afflicted. Not that it had been pleasant before. I hear it is now infested with zombies of the plague dead. Serves the lower classes right for cursing us with such a dreadful pox. Ugh. Guillotine lady. Tell me about the docks. A friend of mine, a warehouser, says the business is at a standstill here. The Wailing has left idle hands, leading to mischief among the laborers. I even heard that the area has fallen under the control of gangs and thugs and pirates, though whether this is true or simply an exaggeration I couldn't say. Alright. I've been getting a lot of stuff for my journal. Alright. Other districts? Black Lake. The Black Lake district. My friends lived and now have died there. The militia won't let me attend the funeral, though. They said they'd pass on my regards. But beyond my personal affection for my home, the Black Lake is where the best hope of beating the plague will rise. But that is not for your ears. Alright, so let's try persuading. Can you tell me? I suppose I could mention a detail or two. It's not as though it hasn't been bandied about my circle. You see, Black Lake will not fall to the plague quietly. There have been measures taken, stockpiling, and certain acquisitions. I can't say much more, but my friends have not died in vain. They exposed themselves to plagues that other nobles in Black Lake might survive. Are you suggesting a revolt of sort? My friends would have nothing to do with something so barbaric. It is simply a matter of proper precautions being taken. Not so they're hoarding shit. Tell me about the peninsula. I have little interest in the peninsula district's affairs. There are already too much to worry about without fretting over the inmates of its prison. Now there are even rumors of prisoners running free in the streets. You're better off leaving it alone. Okay? Alright, goodbye. Fairly well. Alright. So, I have interviewed a couple of horrible people. Alright. Doomsayer, are you useful?
What? Hello?
Nope. Yeah, someone threw away a gold piece. Looting the trash, looting the trash. Ah, there's a fellow named William. Let's talk to him.
It's a long day. I could use a drink.
Can't you make the nobles in Black Lake District share their cure? I would happily do that, fellow. Let's go for anarchy. Oh, there's a door behind me. What's in the door? Alright. Ooh. Let's go talk to somebody. Breaking into somebody's house to talk to them. Oh, this is quiet. Kind of creepy. What's in the drawers? Well, I'm not going to steal the gold from someone's dresser. Besides, it's only one gold piece. It's very quiet. Too quiet. But there are some commoners, so let's see if we can talk to the commoners. I wonder if they'll be upset that I am in their home. I would be. Hello.
Greetings to you.
Why are you in my home? Please leave. I am in service to Erebeth and the city guard. That doesn't mean you can invade my home, does it? No, I don't have a warrant to kick me out. I'll answer your questions, but I would like you to leave afterwards. Okay. I needed information about Neverwinter. I'm not sure what you're asking about. It's a big city. What are the different areas of the city? Well, I live in the city core, so I don't get around much. There are 4 other districts, but I don't have much cause to visit them. There's Beggar's Nest, Docks, Peninsula, Black Lake. Why? That's where you are now. Can't you just walk around? Did you have to break into my home to learn that? I like this lady. The Beggar's Nest. It's a poorest district. I don't give it much thought, really. Makes me feel bad, especially with it hit so hard by the wailing. Tell me about the docks. I hear it's a busy place. I guess it's pretty rough. Lots of transients come in on the ships. Pirates, too. Oh, that's one thing I could play, is the pirate game. Pirates of the Sword Coast. I don't think I ever finished that one. Tell me about the Black Lake district. I wish I could tell you about the Black Lake. I wouldn't be able to get the time of day from the nobles that live there. Stuffy nobles. Peninsulas. I wouldn't know anything about the Peninsula district. Good people stay away from it. That's where the prison is. Alright, I want to ask about something else. What do you know of the plague? Please don't speak of it in my home. I've been lucky enough to avoid it, and I don't wish to tempt the fates. What do you know about the cure? The Helmets claim their blessings are a cure. I don't know. Every day I see a few less of my neighbors around. Anything odd? No, not really. All I hear of is the plague and the death. It's almost too much. I don't want to know if there's anything else going on. Alright. Anything else? Nope. Goodbye. Farewell. Please leave my home as you found it. Alright. I see a blue glow there. Is there something I can interact with? Nope, just the door. Alright. Let's talk to that commoner. It's a shame that they don't have names. Peasants don't get names.
Hi.
Aw, there's a little girl. Why are you here? Not many people come around now. Mommy says some people are sick. Don't worry, I serve Arabeth in the city guard. Mommy says guards are good, and I should do like they say. Okay. I can't believe I'm questioning this kid without her parents present. My God, I'm a horrible person. What do you know about Neverwinter? It's big. I have to stay close to Mommy lots, or I get lost. What are the different areas of the city? There's my house and school sometimes, but not for a while now. And the castle. It's big. I can't go by myself. That's all I think. Oh God, why am I questioning this child? What do you know about the leaders of Neverwinter? There's Mommy and Daddy, silly. Sometimes I listen to Mr. Nasher, but he lives in the castle. Maybe it's nice. I don't know. Okay. What do you know of the plague? That's what makes people sick, right? Some of my friends got that, and they don't come around anymore. I miss them. Alright. Have you heard anything odd? You get spanked if you make someone eat a bug, and beans will grow if you put them in your nose. That's good things to know. Goodbye. Bye. Don't get sick, okay? I am such a horrible person. Questioning a child. It would have been funny if she had actual information, though. Alright. Let's go before this woman kills me. She would probably be justified. Sue Arabeth. Sue the city guard. You can do it. Alright. Did I talk to this William guy? I can't remember if I did.
It's a long day.
Yeah, I did. Okay. Alright, so there are a few people here. I can get information about the docks district a bit more. A Jerome, a guard, and a militia. Let's talk to this Jerome fellow.
Good day.
What, you trapped out here too? Isn't it just like the working stiffs to get the worst of everything? It's rough, isn't it? See, I just want to go back to work in the docks district. There's not much to do under quarantine, but at least then I'd be away from the stink of the corpse fires. Can't do squat with all the thieves everywhere. I don't know what's got into them, but it's made the docks district unlivable. I can't go home for all the muggers. Is there anything I can do? I ain't looking for charity. I just want to be able to get back in the docks. Someone needs to get in there and raise hell. I swear, if my back was in better shape, I'd be in there. But I can't take on an army of thieves. No way. I'd ask you some questions. I don't know. Anything you can't learn from better talkers than me, I ain't had time to see anything except them thieves nipping at my heels as I ran. I did not read that well. Oh well. I just want to get back to work, but until someone kicks some heads in the docks district, I'm stuck out here. That's all there is to it. Okay. Bye then. Guess I'll just wait here. Nothing I can do. Why didn't someone step up and be a damn hero? Gosh, I wonder who that could be. Hello, guard.
I greet you.
The Wailing's taking its tolls beyond these gates, lad, making it an even more dangerous place than it already was. Lady Arbeth has ordered us to restrict access. In other words, I know you want to get away from the stink of the corpse fires, but if you want access to the docks district, you're going to need quarantine clearance, understood? I've been assigned to militia duty. Aye, there was word she'd be hiring on adventurers to help fill the ranks. What can I do for you, then? Alright. Questions about the docks district. As far as I can answer a question for you, lad. Go ahead. Is there any way I can help out in there? Well, you can report in to the gate guard on the other side. Maybe he'll know something about the, probably shouldn't be talking about that. Look, I'm here to help, remember? Yes! I suppose you're right. Apparently there's been increasing activity from the Blood Sailors, a local pirates guild. What they're up to is anybody's guess, but it's big. If you want to know more about it, I suggest you talk to the dockside gate guard. He'll have the latest information, whatever it might be. Is there any way I can help out in there? Did I ask that? I think I did. How bad is it in there? It's pretty bad. I certainly wouldn't go in unequipped. I'd hide any valuables if I were you too. In fact, it's safe to say that the criminals have all but taken over the entire district. We guards do our best, but we don't have the numbers. Is there anything else you want to know? Places I should look out for. Well, the biggest landmark is the Seedy Tavern up against the north wall, run by old Jim Seedy. The Golden Apple Inn is a little southwest of it. If it's a story you're looking for, mind you, 20 and a Quiver is the best the district's got, and it's just a little southeast of Old Seedy. Anything else you want to know? I remember 20 and a Quiver had something I would want, but I don't think I can afford it yet. Would you mind answering some more general questions for me? I suppose I can. Go ahead. Can you tell me anything about the water Davian creatures? Aye, my friend Haggard. Oh, well that's word for word what the other guy said. Anyone who might know more? Arabeth. What do you know about the Wailing Death? Alright, that's all word for word the same as the other guy, so we're not going to worry about that. Goodbye. Alright. Someone's yelling, please wake up. That's really sad. Poor people. Oh, Cabbage. Someone named Cabbage. Hello. Can I talk to you? Sorry, cleric. I can't even begin to think the gods are good. Well, they really do think I'm a cleric. I wonder if... Oh, well. That's okay. I guess it makes sense. Clerics, paladins. Close enough. Alright. Maybe it's the lack of pants. If they think lack of pants, they think of cleric's vestments. Alright. Hello. Now these are where we can find other mercenaries. Some of them that can join us and some of them that can't. I'm not going to be able to afford much of any of them right now.
Greetings. I see you are not yet infected by the plague that ravages Neverwinter. Among such suffering and misery, we who are not yet afflicted must be grateful for our health.
Who are you? I am Dalen Red Tiger, of the Uthgard tribes of the Frozen North, but it has been over a year since I left my people and came to Neverwinter. Now I earn my living as a blade for hire. Well, I can say something kind of racist. Let's go with this. I'm sorry, but I don't know very much about the Uthgard tribes. There are some in the city who call my people savages and barbarians, but they know nothing about the Uthgard. We are great warriors and hunters, following the herds and living off the land. My tribe is noble, but small. Among them there was little chance for a young warrior to prove himself or to earn a wife. But I am young and strong, and my people are renowned for their skill in battle. Here in Neverwinter, I found work on the docks as a guard for cargo and shipments being transported. Then what happened? The coming of the plague changed everything. The quarantine halted all incoming and outgoing ships. There was no work and no money. I should have left the docks then. Many of the dock workers were afflicted, men I had come to know as friends. I stayed to ease their suffering, but in the end I could do nothing to save them from the wailing death. With my friends dead, there was no reason to stay in the docks, not with things getting worse. Now I earn a living with my acts as a freelance mercenary. Alright, what did you mean by the docks getting worse? The quarantine trapped ships in port, swelling the number of pirates and other criminals in the district, men with no honor. And with the city guard focused on the plague, these evil men have seized control of the docks. An Uthgard warrior knows no fear, but I will not dishonor my tribe. I refuse to serve these men. I will not become a common thug or a murderer. Anything you can tell me about the docks? Before I left, I heard talk in the district of an auction to be held at Jim Seedy's tavern. Something besides the usual stolen merchandise, illegal goods, and helpless slaves sold as filthy den of sin. The word spread quickly on the street. Perhaps I could have learned more before I left, but I had no interest in such transactions. I am a warrior, not a smuggler. There's little else I can tell you about the docks, but I know the district is dangerous. If you wish to go there, you would be wise to take along a hired leg. Well, I am looking for some hired help. Alright, I'm no stranger to battle or bloodshed, but I am a warrior with honor. I will not undertake any sinister mission. Had I desired such work, I could have found employment back at the docks. Well, I work for Lady Erebeth. I've been instructed to find several missing creatures that are ingredient for a plague cure. Erebeth's reputation is well known throughout the city. I have no fear your mission will bring dishonor to me. I will work for you, if we can agree upon a fair price for my services. I am not one to boast of my own abilities, yet the skill and ferocity of the Uthgard tribes are well known throughout the north. I doubt you'll find any other axeman for hire who is my equal. Only 200 gold pieces, and I'm your willing servant. Well, I can try to negotiate him down. 175, deal. Alright, my skills are yours to command. I will follow you and perform to the best of my abilities, according to the orders that you have given me. Anytime you wish to issue new orders, simply speak to me again. So I've just switched Tommy out for Dalen. I'm going to switch him back, of course. The nice thing is, once you've hired them, you can basically just switch between them as needed. I don't know if I have enough for every single one today, though. I might have to do some questing before I have enough for the last one. How much do I got? 272. Yeah, I'm only going to have enough for like one other. And there are at least 3 more. But we can talk to them and see what they say. For all the good you're doing. I'm being trash talked by mercenaries. Always fun. I can talk to Sharwin. Sharwin's very popular.
Who's this?
For obvious reasons. That's mean though. Sharwin's actually a pretty cool character. I think they're all pretty fun.
For an employer, or are you actually here to hire someone?
You're actually here to hire someone. Alright, who are you? My name is Sharwin, and I call this city my home. I seek adventure and excitement. If you seek the same, you'd be smart to hire me to accompany you. You're a local girl, are you? Let's see, and if I don't seek adventure, you seem pretty sure of yourself, blah blah blah. Let's see, what skills do you have? I'm a caster of bardic magic, a master of all skills, and a teller of the oldest legends. With or without your help, I intend to achieve my own fame in my time. One day, bards will sing their songs about me. I suppose such talk may make me seem arrogant to you, my lord. If so, I don't particularly care. I've known the path I was on for a long time. I left behind a life of riches to live the life of a bard. Alright. You left behind a life of riches. If my own family had its way, I would be by now comfortably married to a wealthy man I could never respect, bored to tears in my large Black Lake district mansion. How odd a game the fates play. My family lies mostly dead now, and Black Lake is full of frightened fools who bury their heads in the sand and pretend the plague won't touch them. What do you know about Black Lake? Plenty. It is plenty. It is full near to bursting, with rich, frightened nobles who would rather wall off the district from everyone else and pretend the rest of the city doesn't exist, rather than actually try to help. There are those within the district who are trying to rally the rich to aid the rest of the city, but their cries mostly fall on deaf ears. One day, the plague will come to them, and in force, and they shall regret their selfishness. Can you tell me anything else about Black Lake? Is there much else to tell? It's perhaps the one place in the city that remains yet orderly and plague-free, although getting inside its walls may be a bit of a problem. There are some elements of seediness, perhaps. Every place you find the rich, you find places where they can indulge their strangest tastes. I understand the local tavern's basement has its distractions. One thing I know for sure, if you intend to get anywhere in Black Lake, you'd best rely on charm rather than muscle, or maybe bring a companion who knows the terrain. Okay, well, I am looking for some help to assist me on my mission, so I understand. Might you be able to enlighten me as to the nature of this mission? Alright, explanation. Arabeth is Lord Nash's servant, so your mission is bound to be exciting. Yes, I think I'd rather like to join you, if the price is right. My skills don't come cheaply, however. I'll follow you gladly, and to the best of my ability, provided my price is met. 200 gold, I'm going to try to persuade you down. 175, deal. Fair enough, I'm at your disposal. Alright, so I do not have money to hire any of the others, but I like to have them all. I collect them all, like Pokemon. Let's see. So I'm going to make a note. I have... Okay. This way I don't forget and go on to the next chapter before hiring them all, because it really is important to get them all if you want to have them later on. And it's good to have them later on because you get the cool quests and you get some cool stuff from their quests. So, but I can't afford any more. So I can talk to the others now, but maybe I'll just wait until I have enough money to come back. I am going to switch out though because Sherwin doesn't... I think she's got to be a higher level before she can actually pick locks and such. Okay, that's just a note telling me I have not talked to everybody in this building. But there's really no point to right now. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Oh, I'm looting a plague victim. On the other hand, burning hands is pretty good. Now that's definitely really an asshole move. Hey Clancy, did I talk to Clancy?
Greetings.
I would if I could. Here's a new guy, Aravian.
Well met.
Alright. Stand back, sir. All of these poor souls are victims of the plague. Can I ask you some questions? I'll answer what I can. Just keep back from the pile, sir. Try not to breathe the fumes directly. It's disgusting. Actually, I think I would like to, after this guy, I'd like to take a couple-minute break. Aren't you in danger of becoming infected yourself? I'll ask that first. I am. If I fall, I will be far from the first among the city guard to do so. All I can ask is that Helm watch over me and protect me from this evil. Where are all these dead people coming from? These are all plague victims, of course. Many of the fools tried to gain access to the city core and died at the quarantine gates. Some of them are all locals, however. The Wailing death has come to the core, despite our efforts. I expect things will only get worse before they get better. Seems a shame to burn these poor souls, to not even give them a decent burial. We have no choice, however. Ilmater help us all. No choice at all. Alright, this can't be a pleasant task for you. Far from it. The Wailing death has already taken my wife and my only son from me, however. It's not as if it can get any worse for me. Oh, poor guy. If I catch the plague here, it won't be so bad. At least then I'll see my family again. There are other guards that still have folk to live for. I hope you're right, that you'll see your family. I hope so too. The Helm might say that that's the way of it, but Helm isn't answering their calls. Maybe the gods have abandoned us finally. I'm sorry. Is there anything else you wanted to know? What? Did I ask that? Oh, these... Yeah, I did ask this. Some of them are locals. Yes. Okay. I'm investigating the plague. Perhaps you can tell me more about it. Everyone knows something about the plague. Half of it isn't true, and the other half is rumor. I'm not sure I can add much to it all. What can you tell me? Besides the obvious? The Wailing death can't be cured by the gods, it seems. None of them clerics' blessings do a thing. Makes you think that maybe the gods have abandoned us, doesn't it? Makes you think that worse is coming. Makes you think that winter is coming even. Do you know anything else about it? I really can't think of anything else to add to that. Sorry. Is there anything else you need then? Alright. Can you tell me what's going on? The Wailing death is going on. Don't mind me, sir. The core is no place for any sane man to be these days. Maybe you heard something of interest? No, nothing that would interest you, I'm sure. Maybe you should ask at the Moonstone Mask. The Mask is a bordello, to be sure, but it's where all folks are crowded these days. Poor souls looking for a bit of joy in all this bleakness. Me, I haven't the stomach for it. I'll die soon enough, I'm sure. Any places of interest? Interesting? I can't think of a single thing that holds any interest for me anymore. Nothing except maybe trying to save the souls that are left alive here. Work? There's no work that I know of. Maybe you check at the Trade of Blades or Castle Never, but I doubt anyone is hiring. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Did I get any? I did get this. Oh, have you heard anything about strange animals? Animals? That sounds familiar. I heard something about some animals arriving from Waterdeep, but nothing more beyond that. No doubt it's something for the others in the city to worry about. In this post, they don't tell me much. So you haven't heard about any animals? Look at what I do, sir. Very few people care to talk to me at length, if at all. Maybe I'll have more luck asking these things at a local tavern. Alright, fair enough. Poor guy. Well, I'm depressed now. Can I ask you some directions? I'm not from this district, nor would I be inclined to point your way, sir, even if I were. Ask someone else. May Elmater have mercy on us all. Damn.
Greetings.
I'm depressed now. This poor guy. And it's hard to blame him. Oh yeah, I've already looted the dead. Okay. Okay, summon creature 1. Alright, there's someone named Errol.
It's a long day.
Oh.
I could use a drink.
What is it you need then? I have worries of my own, you know. I want to ask you some questions. I can spare a few moments. Perhaps the idle chatter will clear my thoughts. Information. Neverwinter. This city was a good place once. Now it's nothing but burning bodies piled in the streets. I don't even have a family anymore. What are the different areas? Set out like an eye. The city core is the pupil. Around it lie the other districts. Through it all runs the river, all fed by tears. Alright, you want to hear about the Beggar's Nest, the docks, the Black Lake, the peninsula, city core? Take your pick. Our lifetime, however short. That's where we are now. Got all your basic services as such. Lots of different kinds of people make their home here. Less every day, mind you. Castle Never is in the northeast. That's the upper square, where all the informed elite do their business. Myself, I usually find what I need around the outer edge. Of course, stock is down all over because of the Wailing. Beggar's Nest? Beggar's Nest? Don't let anyone sour you on this place. Good, honest, poor people live and die there, not like Black Lake or the docks. And don't think it's a coincidence that the plague seemed to start in Beggar's Nest either. The rich needed an excuse to clear it out. Now there's even some zombies or something. I hope none of them are my family. I wouldn't want them to have to be like that. Docks? I used to do the occasional odd jobs at the docks district, but not anymore. Didn't like working for pirates. Oh, Jesus. All my babies dying in the background. Last little while I've heard the place is almost overrun with thieves, too. People seem to really need gold for something. Steer clear of the docks. Losing your family is a worry enough without losing your purse, too. The guards are no help, neither. Black Lake? Ah, bunch of stuck-up nobles. The Wailing has them tied in knots. Kills them just the same as any commoner. And that fact drives them nuts. Apparently, they're even seizing resources meant for us poorer folk. My brother wouldn't have passed away so easy if he only had a little food on him. Persuade. What do you know about that? I'm not actually part of it, so I guess I'm in the clear. Not that I know all that much. See, the Black Lake nobles, and I don't know exactly who, are hoarding food. It's made them a lot of enemies. Last I heard there was rioting because of them. Don't know how it turned out, not my business. Being the last of my family, I've got other worries. And Peninsula. You really don't know the city if you have to ask. No one wants to go to the Peninsula. That's where the prison is. The prison is usually run pretty strict, but I don't want to imagine what the plague has done to it. I even heard, but I ain't saying from who, that some prisoners and guards have been killed. Wonder what's going on in there. I want to ask something else. What do you know about the plague? I know I don't want to get it. The Wailing took my entire family, one after the other. I watched them die, every one. They shriveled up from the inside. That's an interesting insight question. Do you mean physically or spiritually? Would I know the difference? It's just that the eyes go dead long before a person stops moving. That's when the wailing starts. Maybe those Helmites are right. Maybe it's a wasting of the soul. Maybe the gods are mad at us. My question is, how come I survived? What do you know about attempts at a cure? Well, won't tell us simple people. They think we'd panic if there was no hope, or stampede if a cure was announced. I ain't heard a single thing, and I probably won't. I'm not sure whether it's a blessing or a curse I'm still alive. I'm not going to ask him if he'd buy a cure. I'm not going to rob this poor guy. Have you heard anything odd? As if I cared about anything right now. I'm scared to go home, to see the bodies. I'm scared maybe I'll catch it too. You want to go poking around for stories, go ahead. I'm going to stay right here in the street and out of trouble. Okay, goodbye. Well, that's depressing. I talked to them. Alright. So here we got a few people and we can find out about what's going on in the peninsula. Eventually, we get to pick which direction we're going to go in.
I greet you, my child.
Please, good sir, can you help? We've lost family to the plague, and escaped convicts in the Peninsula District prevent us from even mourning in our own homes. Perhaps I could help? I don't know if you can or not. I'm not sure what's gone wrong in there. I just know that if we try to go back to our homes, we'll be killed. If there's anything you can do, please, I'm begging you, help us. Okay, can I ask you some questions? I don't know what someone like me could tell you. All I know is that none of us can go home. The guards do nothing. The peninsula is unimportant, with the plague taking a larger toll. Alright, poor fellow. Let's talk to this Maureen person.
I greet you.
What do you want? I thank you for your sympathy, if that's what you've come to offer. But the guards have already given us plenty of good wishes. Unfortunately, it doesn't help us get our homes back. The peninsula is all but overrun by escaped criminals. We've lost everything to them. Why doesn't anyone do something about it? Alright. What can I do to help? I don't know. You can't take on the whole district by yourself, can you? Guess we need a hero. I don't know if that's you. If there's something you could do to help the situation in the peninsula, I beg you, please do it. Can I ask you some questions? I can't talk to anybody. I don't want to. I just want to be able to go home. Why am I telling you this? You can't take on the whole peninsula. Alright, we got Maureen. Let's talk to the guard, who can give us a better idea of what's going on in there. The Wailing's taken its toll beyond these gates, making it a dangerous place. Okay. Alright. Quarantine, yada yada yada. That was weird. Alright. Could you answer some questions about the Peninsula District? Suppose I can. Is there any way I can help out in there? Well, Commander Sabile came tearing through here on militia orders a while back, but I probably shouldn't be talking about that. There are enough rumors in the city, without me adding to them. Persuade! Ah, shoot! Sorry, but you'll have to go through official channels. Alright. Let me get out of there. I'm gonna try that again. Can I repeat? Oh, good. I can repeat. Success! I suppose you're right. There's been a bit of a prison break. She got sent in to mop up. If you want to know more about it, I suggest you talk to her in person. She'll have a temporary headquarters set up in the district. Alright, how bad is it in there? It's pretty bad. You certainly wouldn't go in unequipped. Gate Captain Kip can brief you once you're on the other side. Is there places I should look out for? There's not much there, to be honest. With the prison at the top of the rise, most respectable folk in business steer clear. You should probably talk to Gate Captain Kip. Okay. Would you mind asking more general? Alright. Yep, this is the same bit that they all do. Alright. So we're not gonna... Yeah, we're gonna say goodbye. I'm not going through the same set of dialogue 15 times. More than I already have, anyway. Alright. Did I miss any doors alongside? I do like checking for doors. I think... Nope, just a crate. We talked to Errol. Well, anyone want to visit a brothel? Okay. Oh, poor folk. Alright, that's where I am. So the Moonstone Mask. It's a jaunty tune, at least. Tilt my camera a little. Yeah. You can see the tops of everyone's heads. You can see who's balding. Alright. Nothing wrong with that. So, a bunch of patrons. What do you say?
Hello.
Okay. Want to ask questions? Very well, I have a few moments. Oh, what is it? What kind of service is offered here? Companionship, in whatever form that means to you. The employees here are adept in discourse games and are especially good at listening. They know a lot about everyone, and that knowledge keeps the Moonstone Mask from being closed by the more prudish in the community. Insight. Doesn't the plague discourage close contact? Bite your tongue. That would be the greatest tragedy of them all. Imagine the decline in morale from that. No, Avala has taken special precautions to avoid any such worries. You realize that should you decide to partake. What can you tell me about the owner? Avala is a saint of a woman. Anyone saying otherwise had best keep a close eye on... Well, this isn't for me to talk about. Okay. Suffice to say that she runs a clean, much-needed establishment. You won't find anyone to badmouth her. What did you almost say? You can tell me. I suppose it wouldn't hurt. It's not like people don't know. They just don't talk about it. Avala dabbles in artful theft. She's arranged expensive losses for many of her detractors, though it's usually just as trophy victories. It's a challenge to her, and I've heard of nobles playfully offering their homes as targets, though maybe they only say that after. She doesn't do it herself, of course. She hires subtle sneaksmen, though I hear the plague has taken her favorites. Alright. What do you know of the plague? Don't speak of that here. Alright. Already did that. What do you know about attempts at the cure? Nothing. But I know that I won't live in fear. I will mourn and I may die, but I will do it at the bar, with my friends and in talented company. Alright. Some more patrons? Are their dialogue the same? Awfully strange place for a holy man. Well, you know, that's fair, that's fair. I know, I watched the Tudors. The holy men there seem to get up to a whole lot of fun. Alright. That guy's got a name. What else we got? Got some more patrons. A few more people with a name. That lady has a surname. You know she's important if she's got a last name. Alright. Giles.
What?
I sense the stink of Tyr upon you. I hear that Olaf has you running errands. Perhaps it displeases you? Care to hear an offer? I will listen. What is it that you wish to say? Oh, so polite. I have no use for manners. Can you steal and can you kill? I'm gonna go with I do not commit evil acts. I'm sure your quaint morality lets you sleep deep and long. Come back when you tire of being an errand boy for Tyr and Olaf. Well, what does he say? Farewell for now. Off you go, puppet dog. Yeah, I'm thinking that's one that I probably should avoid. Though I think there is maybe some advantage to playing along.
Well now, welcome to the Moonstone Mosque. I am Ophala, your host and purveyor of fine spirits and entertainment.
I like this lady's voice. Now, we've heard her name before. She was listed in a book as having once traveled with Lord Nasher. You will have stiff competition for attention tonight, I fear. Many more men than women are seeking comfort here tonight, it seems. Will you answer some questions? Well, you're quite the charmer, aren't you? Ask away. What place do you run here? It's a place of comfort and understanding. That has different meanings to different people, and so we have a wide variety of services. I can't expect you to understand if this is your first visit. Most of what goes on in here is quite innocent. Most. Perhaps you'd be interested in partaking of our backroom areas. Or maybe you could be of use. No, I talk too freely. You trust me. What do you have to say? I suppose there's no harm in me telling you what I need. Perhaps you can help if you're good enough. You see, I'm an avid collector. My position here lets me hear about interesting things, and I occasionally hire people to get them for me. Currently, I want a few pieces of art liberated. The owners have made disparaging remarks about me, and I would like to express my displeasure. Tell me about them. One is a statuette of someone's mother or some such. Lord Andrad Golden has it at his estate. He lobbied to ban guards from visiting the Moonstone Mask. Another is a portrait of Sir Reginald Rumbottle III. Rumbottom. His nephew, Lord Thomas Rumbottom, has repeatedly lobbied to have us closed down. He's a bit insecure, I think. The last is an urn stolen from me some years ago. The man that took it apparently got stuck here in quarantine. Hodge is the name. If you agree, I'll tell you about their whereabouts. Keep in mind that if I had that exact information, I wouldn't need you. I'm not sure that art theft is really in the Paladin's purview, huh? But it never hurts to have more details, maybe. What do you think? Should I ask her more details, or should I let it be?
What'll you have then?
I'm curious. Well, I'm gonna cheat. Okay, listen anyway, so if you change your mind, you will know where to go. The Rumbottom estate is in Blacklakes. Androx is in the docks. And last I heard, Hodge may be in the Black Lakes district himself. No doubt he's fortified himself in some noble's home, but I don't know which. I'm not asking you to kill. Just bring me the items, I'll reward you well. So am I interested in the back room? Yeah, we have many pleasant employees that are willing to offer their comfort and sympathy to you in this troubled time. They can cater to both men and women and are quite skilled at conversation, artful pursuits, and many other forms of diversion. The level of interaction must be agreed to by both parties, and there is a small measure of compensation for the time spent. I'm outraged! I want permission to access... I wonder if it's worth it to question the sex workers. They probably know a lot. I think... I'm going to be a terrible paladin. I would like permission to access the back rooms. I'm sure you do. Very well. You'll need a writ from Olaf in the temple, certifying you're plague-free. Just as a precaution, you understand. Return to me when you have it, and I'll grant you a key, as well as take your 200 gold donation. Alright. Fair enough. Farewell for now. Do come again. Alright, well. I can, if I feel like it, go to the house. I have a henchman. And I can commit art theft. Well, we'll see if they come up. I kind of want to steal from people, but I am playing a paladin who probably shouldn't be stealing from people. I am saving, though, because I do want to know a little bit more about what this guy wants me to do. So I'm going to cheat and save scum. Okay, I will listen. What needs to be done? The justice has sickening grip. Talona would like to see something happen. Something that would shake the Tyrian faith. Wait, you reek of purity. You walk as a paladin. There's nothing you can offer me, so... Okay, let's see. My evil is carefully veiled, making me more dangerous. I am lying. Okay, shit. He can tell. Alright, I'm gonna try this again. I want to see if I can get him to say. Okay. Persuade. Success! I see, I can respect that. But you'll have the taint of evil on you after this, I promise. My name is Giles. I need someone to act without conscience and to spoil what the Hurons are trying to achieve. You see where I'm going. You were given a letter by Olaf, asking you to find certain tombs and artifacts within. The fool wants to strengthen the will of the people. These relics of Halloweth Never could benefit the Church of Talona, perhaps be warped to her will, and if not, they should be destroyed. You wish me to bring them to you instead of Olaf. Olaf and his brethren have no guarantees that these items will stop the plague. They just know they could prove powerful. This is a resource that must be denied them. Bring me the items, and I will pay you far more than they ever would. Okay. What do you think? They say you carry a letter compelling his fellow Tyrans to let you pass. I didn't know as if you were helping for faith or just gold. Besides, I visited the dig. They need to hire outsiders like you. You were at the tomb and didn't help the dying? Alright. Well, I helped myself to some of their belongings. Got a fine quill off one of them. Jacob was the name, I think. You won't be needing it. So, do I demand the quill? Yeah, let's demand the quill. Take this path. Yeah, give me the quill. Yeah, I got the quill. Alright, well, I lied a little. Was a bad paladin, but I got myself an artifact to give to the guy I actually like. Let's take a look at it. This object bears an inscription in delicate writing. Jacob in service of Tyr. Truth be revealed in your words. Okay, well, alright. I guess I'll save that. A little bit of lying for the greater good. Terrible, terrible paladin. The worst. The worst. Alright. My pantslessness is but the tip of the iceberg. Alright, I need a pass coin. Let me see your wares. Nothing good. Build of agility's not bad. Oh, this is pretty. Charisma +1. Persuade +3. Not really a very honorable item, but, you know, could be useful for duty. And lots of traps. So, we found the thief cellar, which will be helpful to some. The pass coin thing, I believe I could bribe him and get access to the back rooms. One of the ways you can tell that this was done in 2002 is that while there are sex workers in the game, and you can hire them, you can only hire a sex worker, well, you can hire a woman if you're playing a man if you're playing a woman. None of the sex workers will serve someone of the same gender, though. And that always struck me as a little laughable, because it's a job, and people pay either way, but it is what it is. That's just kind of the thing. Let's see where these doors lead. Okay. We can go upstairs. Let's go upstairs. Okay. Actually, I think possibly what I'm going to be doing is I'll call it a night after I finish going through the city core.
No can do.
Nope. I don't have the key for that, because I think I'm almost through. And then I can figure out which place I want to go. Alright. Alright, let's head out. Well, I could head out this way, see if there leads anywhere interesting. I don't think so. I think it's just gonna head out the same. Yep, heading outside. It is very dark out. There's a merchant, a courtesan. Did I talk to that guy? I probably did.
Can I help you?
Step right up. I've got just what you're looking for. My shop ain't what it used to be, but I'm still a shopkeeper nonetheless. Let me see your worth. Alright. Just amount of crap. Alright. Keeping this guy in mind might be good. What's... Oh! A potion of heal. Oh, those are nice. Those are full heals. We'll see how terrible I am at the actual combat at some point. Probably not today. Oh! Okay, well, I gotta remember these. Because these magic bags decrease weight and they give you more carry space. I don't have enough for any of them right now, but they're definitely good to keep in mind. I think the dock says a bag of holding. And this is one of those games where you're gonna get a fair amount of loot. I mean, granted, I am stealing far more than a paladin ought to, because I keep rooting through people's garbage. But there's no law against that, I'm sure. I would imagine that there is actually a law against rooting through people's garbage. But I honestly think Steven gets away with being a paladin because as a lawful good character, he has no idea what's actually against the law. Alright. Oh, here we go. And how about a lad like yourself takes a lass like me for an evening of pleasure? Only a gold or two? Oh. About the sores, poor thing. Could I ask you some questions? Fine, fine. It's not like the gold is leaping into my lap today. Why are you out here on the street? You're sick. You should be inside somewhere. Inside where? When you has the plague, nobody wants to take you in. You ain't got no family even, and I ain't setting foot in the Moonstone Mask. No way. Why not? I don't like the matron mother none. That Ophala Shelderstorm. Something's not right with her, I says. That and the Moonstone has too many rules. No. The only place for me is out on the streets. That way when I die, I ain't far from that pile over yonder. How has the plague affected your trade? You'd think it would be bad that us girl would find nary a customer in all of Neverwinter who'd lie with us for a night, huh? Not at all. Souls in the city, they all thinks they're gonna die. Convinced of it. So they pile together in the Moonstone Mask looking for a last bit of joy. And they even look for me. There's folks with the Wailing Death. They ain't deserved it none. They want a bit of joy just the same. I won't be turning them away. I'm not gonna ask that. Can you tell me? Is there anything going on in the area? There's always things going on in the core. Most of it is out of reach of my ears, except maybe the urgent whisperings of dying men. Maybe you've heard something of interest? Depends. You could go to Castle Never. It's interesting enough. Send them me love. Walk around. I'm sure you'll find all sorts to interest you. Nobody's spending coin. Alright. Alright, let me ask you something else. I want to be able to... I kind of feel like I do playing Assassin's Creed 1 and you have all the beggars begging you and you just want to give them something. Alright, some directions? Go on. Okay. Do you know anything about what caused it? Nah, working girls deal with sickness plenty enough, but this ain't got nothing to do with that. This sickness is in the air. There ain't no one who's immune. The girls of the Moonstone, they don't seem to get the plague none. Could be that the matron mother just hides it real well. More like, in fact. Any strange animals? No, I've heard nothing about any beasts in this part. You're telling me that there's beasts roaming the core? I don't want to hear none of it. There's enough death coming for you. Alright. I want to ask you something else. Okay. I'm just poking on because I really... Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh god, look at these. A working girl doesn't normally beg to make her keep, my lord, but these ain't no normal times. Perhaps you can spare some kindness? Waste coin on you? I think not. Jesus. I could offer you mercy, a quick and painless death. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna be evil. I have nothing to give. Yeah, I'm gonna give her a fucking gold piece. Come on. Jesus. Some of these options, I mean... I get liking to play evil, but I think there's a point where it's just kind of like petty. Alright. There's another doomsayer. Still want to punch the guy.
Spare a coin, friend?
Oh, well, I'd give you a coin if you stopped going on like that. Alright. Guard dog. A few more things.
Okay, dokie.
Yeah. Let him rob. I'm pretty sure it doesn't count as garbage if you have to unlock it. But that said, let's see what they got in here. I want to talk to the guard dog. I am the worst paladin. I am actually capable of playing a competent paladin, but I'm also... I also can't really resist the urge to loot things. I probably should have played a different character, but, well, that's alright. That's alright. I'm just slightly klepto. Oh, poor folks. So sad. Okay, can I get in? No, apparently not. Really? I thought this was a shop of some kind. Okay, hello, guard dog. It's a sign. Okay, shiny knights, arms, and armor. I feel like I should be able to get in there. Oh, there we go. I just was failing for some reason. I fell at doors. Alright, so we're meeting a lady named Durga. Or a fellow named Durga. A fellow named Durga. Yes, is there something you need? The Shining Knight has what you need. I'd like to ask you some questions. I'm just a merchant. What is it you want me to say? I'm looking for premium equipment. Not sure what you're asking. My stock is the best you'll find for honest coin. You look like you know your way around a weapon. Well, maybe... what the hell. I got something special for you. Take this word stone. It'll take you into the back room. That's where Marek makes the good stuff. He'll take care of you. Okay? What do you know about the plague? It's cut into my sales, that's what I know. And my supplies are running out. My blacksmith, Marek, has had to offer his services at barely above the cost of materials. Any odd rumors? No time for rumors. I guard the store from looters and plague sick. That's all that matters. What do you know of the plague? Okay, I already asked that. Let's see what you have for sale. Neutral. Ooh. Now we got some nice stuff here. Ooh, look at that. Look at how pretty that is. It's all shiny and silver. I'm not going to be able to afford that for quite a while. Couple potions. Okay, let's go in the back room and talk to that fellow. I do feel a bit sorry for the fact that tonight's isn't very exciting. It's just talking to people around the town, collecting quests. Not even solving any quests yet. That'll be for later. Oh, there's a door. Where's the door? Here it is. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got. forge. Interesting. Let's talk to somebody. There should be someone here. Ah, there he is. He's behind me. There we go. Easier to see him that way. Hello, sir.
Hello there!
Yes, what? Merrick is busy here. What does he do here? I'm a weapon and armor smith of sorts. I take component items and I combine them with magic items to make even more powerful magic items. Not a bad little gig if you can get it. If you want, I can look through your inventory and backpack and see if you have anything I can combine for a powerful weapon or suit of armor. Is there anything in particular you want me to look for? Alright. What kind of things would components items be? Well, I need stuff like adamantine, ironwood, diamonds, dragon bloods, fairy dust, spit, and holy water, and gargoyle skulls, and adamantine. Basically anything weird. Then I take a magic version of the item you want made and combine the things to make something different. Do you have examples? I suppose. I don't like tipping my hand all that much, but I can't sell it if you don't know. Here, take a copy of this book. It's got all we need to know. So, alright. Question about components. Okay, I asked about that. Where can I get some? That ain't my concern. If you're the adventuring sort, you can go out and try to take them from monsters. You can get some from merchants, though. Is the item guaranteed to be powerful? No. See, if your weapon or armor is really powerful already, you should keep it. Just give me your low-level magic items. Can't guarantee your fancy items won't get worse. Alright. Magic swords. Nothing beats a good old sword. Let me take a peek. You don't have anything. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm level 3. I have nothing. Alright. Okay, I already asked that. Not interested right now, but thank you. I will come back. Can I ask you some questions? Nothing else. Okay. Alright. So this book's actually going to be useful. Not that one. That one I stole from somewhere. The recipes of the forge. Because some of the things we have we want to keep, and some we don't. So, when they say magical armor or weapon, they usually mean, I think, +1. And so I could get a chromatic breastplate with a diamond. Scales of truth with some holy water. White bone armor. Gargoyle skull. So, sentinel. Adamantite and a battle axe. Double axe of the tailkin. Stonefire great axe. I took a weapons focused longsword, so I'm not sure there's anything here that's really useful for me. Oh, here we go. The Astral Blade Longsword. Requires a diamond and a magic longsword. Ooh, Namara Rapier. I played a thief once and I had one of those, and I think it put someone to sleep. It was actually really cool. Yep, so there's a lot of interesting stuff here that you can get. And basically some cool reagents that you'll find in your travels. So. Okay. Alright. So we've gone here. And I think there's only one guard to question. And then I will have exhausted the city core. And we'll be ready to choose an area. Alright. I'm going the wrong direction. The Doomsayer. I do not like the Doomsayer. I think he is not helping anybody. Yep. No more stealing things. I need to be a better paladin. I need to show willpower and not steal things anymore.
Do business to you.
Eh?
Alright.
What can Tommy do for you?
No, we're fine. Thank you. Okay. Okay, we've got a few more people up this way. All kind of depressing. It's interesting which ones have names and which ones don't. So there's Harris and Lydia. Hello, Lydia. You seem nice.
Hello there.
What do you want? I'm no guard. I can't help you. All I can do is wait for the plague to get me, and I can't even do that from my own bed. Alright. Alright. she's got the same dialogue as that Phoebe person. Okay, so I'm not gonna read that. Okay. And let's talk to Harris. I think his dialogue is gonna be the same as the other person. Alright. Poor guy. Alright. Okay. We've reached the repetitive side.
Okay, dokie.
So gonna... Not using it. That's interesting. Alright. Stealing shit. Being a bad paladin, bad paladin. Alright. Greetings, you must be a new recruit. No one else is foolish enough to approach the gate to the beggar's nest. I'm sorry. Give me a moment. The smell of burning corpses is getting to me. As if the plague isn't bad enough on its own. Now the beggar's nest is even worse. Have you heard? It's a nightmare in there. Zombies are everywhere. We're keeping the city core secure, but damned if we could do it much for the nest. Okay, is it quarantined? As a guard, you'll be allowed to pass. Other than that, we've tried to keep it sealed. The plague is the worst in the nest, and now there's undead. The zombie threat is keeping people in their homes, so there haven't been many confrontations between the guards and the people trying to break quarantine. The Hellmites were allowed in to establish a shrine. I hear they continue to grant blessings. I doubt they counted on the undead infestation, though. Okay, where should I go? There's a tavern, the Shining Serpent. It's in the south central of Beggar's Nest. Harbin Ashensmith is there organizing people. Who's that? He's a friend of the guards. I'm not sure of his official rank. He doesn't like to use it much. He prefers to stand with the rank and file. He'll be able to give you more information than I can. If he's still out there and alive, that is. Is this the last outpost? There's some on the other side of the gate. They were supposed to keep up the plague victims from rioting, but now they must contain the undead. It's an impossible job. We don't have the manpower to maintain patrols. Hopefully you'll be able to help us with that. You should speak to Harbin. He's been organizing people to keep them safe. I already got to that. Water Davian creatures. Erebeth has you looking for those? Sorry, I can't help you. I haven't heard anything about them. They're probably all dead. Of course, being dead hasn't stopped all the zombies in the nest. You can't count on anything to make sense right now. Alright. Okay. So, I have a choice now. I can go chase down any one of the 4 reagents in any section of the town. We've heard a lot about each section. We have the peninsula, which seems to be where the game wants us to go first. And truth is, it's probably the easiest. That's where the prison is. And there are a lot of people running amok. We also have a mission from Olaf at the temple, who wants us to talk to someone in that area. There's the Black Lake district, where all the nobles are holding up. So there's a zoo that we can liberate. And there are possibly hoarded food issues and riots. There are the docks, which sound like there's some sort of organized crime thing going on. And Beggar's Nest, which there are a whole bunch of undead roaming the streets. I think any one of those could be a good place to start. If anyone has a preference, you can let me know. Otherwise, I guess I'll just decide when the time comes. I guess I'm inclined myself, if no one else has a preference, to do what the game suggests and go to the peninsula first. The prison is probably not as much fun as, say, Black Lake, but getting things... It's not a bad place to start either. But I think I'm actually going to do that another time. It's getting a little late for me. It's not a terribly long video, but longer than some. So I think I'm going to call it a night. Sorry it wasn't very interesting, just a lot of talking. Good practice for my voice though, I guess. But next time there'll be fighting. And you can see me do very badly with fighting because it's not my strong suit at all. If you care to come back. We didn't even get to do anything fun in pantsless because I didn't change armor at all. But that's okay. Sometimes a paladin is just a paladin regardless of his apparel. Alright, so let's quit out. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to make a note as to where I am. Okay. Then I can check it tomorrow. Well, probably not tomorrow, but the next time I come back, I can see where we left off. Where we left off. Explored city core. Going to enter one of the districts. Okay. Well, it was fun. I'm glad to have you guys present. Like I said, I'm sorry it wasn't the most interesting, and actually let me save before I do that, because it would be just my luck to have gone through all that and not saved. And here we go. Hello! Hello, the real Grumpelstiltskin. I hope you had a fun time. Someone told me how to raid somebody. I wonder if anyone I know is doing anything right now, and how I can find out. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you liked the game. I like it too. I forgot how much I really appreciate a lot of aspects to it. I think sometimes you focus on the negative and remember the negative more than the positive. Because I always think that I like Shadows of Undertide and Hordes of the Underdark better. In a lot of ways I do. But I forgot how atmospheric the first game is. And I do think you really get a real sense of the desperation of the city and the pathos. I feel horrible for everyone we've encountered. And I can't think of having quite that same reaction to Hordes of the Underdark or Shadows of Underdark. Well, maybe in Cania I felt that way, but it really wasn't the same. So I really have to compliment the game for that. And yes, I'm trying to figure out where the heck... Oh, there it is. I can see that. The original campaign is not as good. I think it depends on how you decide good too. I think the emotional investment, you never really know what really hits home to you. And I admit, given things that have happened since I played this game 15 years ago, I admit some of the play stuff really does hit home a little bit. Obviously, a different scenario, but certainly, I think we can feel it maybe a little more than we might have back then, unless you were really unlucky. Let's see. So, I think I have a friend who's still on doing stuff. Gosh and golly. All right. I apologize in advance if you get some weird echo chamber noise when I do this, because I have never really successfully managed it before. Oh, yay! My friend Effector of Change is on still, so I'm going to try to do this raid thing. I don't have any cool raid messages, but I think you'll like Effector. He's really cool. And I hope I do this correctly. And I hope I get his name right, because that would be embarrassing to get his name wrong. Okay. But I hope to see you around sometime. I hope you enjoy the stream. It's always good to find people who remember the game and really like it. Okay. Oh, did I get that wrong? I thought I got it right. Well, raid channel. There we go. See ya. Oh, hey. Got a few folks ready to raid now. Well, thank you guys. I hope you had fun, like I said. And like I said, you'll like Effector a lot. If you don't know him already, and you might. Oh, yeah, and it would help if I actually stopped streaming, huh? Bye-bye.